All right. Alright, that's casting music. There we go. There we go. Alright. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Da, da, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, but I invite by the GOAT, Mr. Napoleon. There we go. Oh. Alrighty, I'm just waiting on the players to load in. We've got about 8 minutes before we go live. So today is gonna be the last game in Div 3 before Super Week. Hopefully we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff. And hopefully you guys are as excited as me. And I can't wait to show some cool stuff off. Got some fun and exciting things planned for everyone. And I've been working on the playthroughs for some other stuff as well. So for those interested in that, I will be working on a little tidbit spoiler, but I am working on a Banjo and Kazooie playthrough. I'm also working on a Spyro Reignited Trilogy 100% YouTube series. I'm learning the run first, and then we're gonna go into the things. Also, we've got a webcam for those who are happy to see it. Hopefully, it won't be too much of a problem or a bother. I found my webcam today, and I figured, why not? You guys can see the diligent mind behind the shoutcasting, and if you guys don't like it, or you guys would like me to change it or whatever, we can always change it for the next cast, but I'm going to keep it active for this cast and keep things proceeding along. So hopefully you guys are going to be a-okay with this stuff, at least for now. We'll change it should it come the need that we need to change it, we will change it. But for now, I feel like things are going to be splendidly, awesomely, funly. Oh, so how are we doing tonight? For anyone that's new here, is any fun things and stuff happening? I've been a lot more active in the voice chats for DH. It's a lot of fun having people to talk to. Life gets a little lonely as an autistic person. But hey, we're on the up and coming, and let me just make sure I have daily videos scheduled until tomorrow, and that's when I gotta make more video content for you guys. I have like at least like 20 things uploaded already. All right, I have a cast today, so that means we have to schedule this for we're the 12th, so I have to schedule it for the 14th. I have a cast today and Thursday, and then we have, I don't know if we're gonna do something Saturday because we have Super Week on Sunday. And I don't know how hard it is going to be to cast 8 hours worth of games. So, but we'll try. We'll try for you guys. We'll try. If ever I want to have plans on Saturday or whatever, but things kind of like take a turn for the worse, you just have to understand that I'm just trying to preserve my voice for the really big cast, because I already made a promise to an org that I would be casting their phone is about to die, so let's Alright, just gonna put the headphones down. I'm going to just put my phone on the charger. Go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it seems to be a little delay before the start. Alright. I will move the webcam to the left if it is impeding on the minimap, but we'll discover that in the game should the need arise. Hey, thank you, Alex, the cool guy, for the follow. Doo-doo. Just making sure the webcam is at a good height. There we go. Something like this, yeah. This feels fine. Alright, there we go. Sorry for the delay, I'm not too sure what the holdup is. laser normal to happen all the time. Oy, oy, oy. Oh. I'm not tired, I'm just stretching. Faut bien s'étirer. Oh. There we go. Gotta stay fit. Oh. Oh? Okay. So I don't mind. I don't mind if the game is canceled. Apologies if we end up not having a stream. It would have been nice, but hey, you know, if it happens, it happens. I'm having my boy Stardust look into it. Teams that are late for their matches will be granted a 15-minute extension. Okay, so they have 7 minutes. Okay, so there's 7 minutes left, and if it's a no-show, exit. All right. Oh, okay. It looks like Miablo has joined the lobby. Let's see if something happens. Oh. How many left again? All right. Well, we have about 5 minutes left to see if N9TFPiffDiff will show up. If they don't, DH Storm should win the match by forfeit. I was looking forward to testing out the webcam tonight, but I guess there will be no webcam testing tonight. Or maybe, we'll see. I'm not too sure. We'll have to find out and make sure. But hey, all of DH Storm is here early. They are showing good work etiquette, and it is very professional, and I am proud to be a DH caster. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause in case there is no match. Let's just give them a round of applause like woo. And yeah. This is a joch. That's a bad joch. Okay. Well, I know the match that is happening for sure. I have a cast scheduled here. It's the first place match between DH Plume and Rivals at 8 o'clock on November 14th. If you want to save it on your guys' calendars. Other than that, yeah, that is the only information I have. If not, there may be a cast. There may be a cast before Super Week of DH Yuzu versus DH Honey. And that'll be the last Division 2 match that I'd cast before Super Week. So I believe you get a week off. Yeah, I believe you get a week off. Okay, we've got about 3 minutes left. And so far there are no signs, but we'll see if there are no signs of people joining. Then I mean it is okay. We'll just at least in the stream preview the cast doesn't look too bad. But if there is no game, I'll just reschedule my video so that it comes out tomorrow. Because I won't be uploading this. Oh. Napoleon has left. Okay. Maybe they got information that I didn't get. Napoleon's in the practice tool. Interesting. Yeah, we've got about 100 seconds left before the verdict is reached. But, I mean, if Napoleon left the lobby, maybe that just means it's over? Oh, Victor has made it into the lobby. Let's see what Victor has to say. So I believe in N9TFPiffDiff, they just win the first game by forfeit if they want to apply the rules. Ah, okay. I thought it was a match forfeit if the other team is just not there. From what Stardust semi will results. Yeah, failure to show up within the extension period will result in a forfeit. At least that's what Stardust wrote. Yeah, I see. Oh, hi. La da da da. Storm wins the whole thing if the other team doesn't show up. Hey, thank you for the first time chat, Mr. Stardust. Yeah, well, we've got a bit of time, I guess. We'll find out the verdict in like a minute or so. Hey, yo, Pina and Stardust, let's go, my homies. My homies are coming to support the AFK livestream. They understand that the Donkey Kong and video game music is pog as fuck. Da, da, da. And not gonna lie, I had planned to cast this evening, so I don't really know what else to do. I was gonna do the cast and then like process the video and go to bed, but I guess I can play more Spyro. Consequence phase: first delay, the forfeit of one match. Second delay results in third delay in disqualification from the Mamago. Okay, well, at least there's a back and forth. But what to see what Victor has to say. So he joined the room, but he hasn't said anything. There's 4 people now on the N9TFPiffDiff channel, so. Oh, okay, looks like everyone is coming. So looks like we're gonna be doing, is it just like game number 2? Apparently from internal sources, they are coming. Okay, good. Alright, so it looks like we've got a cast on our hands. We just need to get Napoleon back in the lobby, right? And we're using the Apex Esports app. Okay. Let me just make sure that my drafting is... Okay, it's already ready. Oh, right, I need to move the camera here because it's gonna block the bands. Let's see, where is my webcam? Okay, we'll move it here for now. Okay, so we get the entire match, but Storm gets side selection. So I believe Storm is choosing blue side here? Okay, looks like it. Alright, well, that's cool to know. Thank you, Stardust, for the information. It's helpful to have a useful resource tool as a friend. Hopefully you and Pino will get to enjoy the cast. Hey, always. I always have fun casting, regardless of if the game is good or bad. Alright. So DH, I've given ready check for the draft. We're just waiting on the placement for... yeah, okay. So, yeah. Blazing Fire is the mid lane, even though his name is different, but I believe he's under like the name change thing or whatever. Because when you change your right name, you can't change it back for like I think 60 to 90 days or something like that. So, all right, looks like we are getting into the draft, ladies and gentlemen. We've got DH Storm on blue side, PiffDiff on red side, and let's get right into it. I've cast Napoleon once before. Looks like we're going to be taking... Let me keep the players' names on screen so I know. Okay, looks like Medusa, a very Cassiopeia main-sounding name, is going to be taken away from Mr. Medusa. No Cassio for him. Let's see what PiffDiff are going to score as their first ban on red side. Being blue side means that Storm have first pick advantage, so let's see what they choose to prioritize in terms of first picks. We're going to be taking Aurora off the board as well, more than likely from Blazing Fire, as this man really loves playing his AP mages. We're going to be banning Belveth away from Master Gui. I do not have the players op.ggs, as I didn't have time since this cast was kind of last minute. But Belveth, champion, I often ban. We're also going to ban Skarner. The Skarner meta is boring. Banning Seraphine, interesting. Now this could be for Big Thor or everybody on me. It could even be for Medusa, because we've seen some teams spice things up with interesting drafts. But looks like we're just going to take away some more late game scaling assets. I think from DMR here. I think DMR is a smaller player. Alright, looks like we're going to be locking in DMR's Ashe. Very solid first pick. Utility 80 carry, work slow econ, high vision score enabler, because you can technically almost track the enemy jungler the entire game, and it makes it really hard for the enemy jungler to be playing in peace. PiffDiff are going to answer with an 80 carry choice of their own. They're thinking between MF and Jinx, both decent picks into the Ashe. And I think we're going to settle on the Misfortune, just overall a stronger early game laner. And technically, if Peeled 4 has better combat utility than the Ashe. So we'll have to see whose utility is more impactful in these team fights. Now let's see what we're going to pair with these 80 carries, or if we're going to be picking a jungle. It looks like we're going to be taking the Ahri for Medusa, as a champion that Blazing Fire plays a decent amount of. Yeah, we've got the sexy cam today. I'm going to try and make it so that it's not obstructive for the gameplay and stuff, but if ever it's in like the wrong position or there's something that it blocks or whatever, please do let me know. I think for now, for draft, this is going to be like the fine position, but for in-game, I believe we're going to go to the left, and then we're going to move it back to the right for the draft in game number 2. Okay, so sorry I missed out on the picks. We've got Blazing Fire Syndra. Again, this man is a control main specialist, and Crazy Mimi with her specialty. Did you update your Twitter? Did I have to update my Twitter? Is something wrong with my Twitter? I'm confused. Like, you mean the timer start? I posted the if you're talking about the content that I do, oh yeah. Yeah. It's always I always do daily posts. So daily reposts. Yeah, there's always content for me in that aspect. Alrighty. We've got Gwen banned away from Bandito here in the top lane. I want to assume, yeah, it is a really good ban when you are intending to play Ornn. We've got J4 banned here away from Mr. Gui, and we're going to be taking Kemi away from Bandito. A lot of top lane focus here in the second round of bans from the side of PiffDiff towards Bandito, and I think we're gonna see more bans towards Mr. Gui. This also could be Napoleon Zyra, but Crazy Mimi is the AP support player and like / enchanter player, so I really think that we'll prioritize that. We're hovering an Aatrox ban, but instead we swapped it over to Xin Zhao. I mean, it makes sense. We already have the unlocked in the Ornn. It's definitely going top because we didn't pick Senna, so there's no fasting Senna here. Yeah. Alright, looks like we're going to be picking the Monkey Man himself for Mr. Gui. So a pretty strong mid 2v2, mid jungle 2v2. With Ahri Wukong. We'll have to see what we're pairing here with this Syndra to fight it, because starting at level 6, things are going to get a little bit explosive. We've seen Ahri get the early advantage on Syndra, leading into a complete snowball of like assassination attempts every time the Spirit Rush is available. We've got the Aatrox now for Mr. Bandito. So typically supposed to be an okay matchup for Ornn, but preferable matchup for Aatrox. Up until the mid game. Once Ornn is able to side lane against the Aatrox. Oh, looks like we've got a puppy for Napoleon. It looks like Mr. Spam Puppy is gonna be showing us his hard work. Also really good into the Ornn E, Ahri ult, and Wukong W. We'll have to see what we get things. Wukong W and E. Okay, and we're rounding off the picks of PiffDiff with a Nautilus. Not something I normally suggest when playing into an AP poke support, but the best way to get rid of a squishy bot lane is to kill the shit out of it. So we'll have to see what we get done here now. As we get ready to get... Ooh, looks like we pivoted to a brand support. Okay, very, very interesting. Alrighty, that looks like the draft is done. Let me get the game to the right. And we should be entering Champion Select fairly soon here. As you see, I hydrate, so you have to hydrate. Well, you should stay hydrated, right? And yeah, if my face looks slanted, it's because my main monitor, the casting monitor, is here, so like here, but my main information monitor is to my left, so that's why the face is slanted. If anything, it looks like we have the ready check here from PiffDiff. We're just waiting on the cast. The ready check here from DH Storm. There you go. It's giving my own ready check, like I'm ready. Alright. Looks like we got the ready check from all three parties. We're gonna be starting this Champion Select. As a reminder, we do have about 6 minutes, in time before we launch into the actual game itself, due to spectator delay and professional integrity, yada yada yada. You get what I mean. So if you need to go get a drink, grab a snack, or hit the washroom, make sure you do so before the game starts, because you're gonna miss out on all this beautiful action, and you don't want to miss any of that. Plus, you get to see my sexy face, the entire cast, so you're gonna see the passion. Yeah. Because I gotta try and have a voice by Sunday, so like that's the goal. So we gotta not injure our throat muscles too much. All right, Champion Select taking its due time. Might have to up the timer to like 6 to 7 minutes at this rate. The bands are going pretty darn slowly. Hopefully you guys enjoy the music. Reminder, the music will be off while we are in game. Yeah, Brand usually does have a hard time, but I guess it's to make it harder for the Ashe to lane, because there's no sustain in that lane, right? So I guess if you poke Ashe out, it doesn't matter if Zyra's getting a little bit of XP by stealing some of the minions, you know? At least that's my thought on the matter. But I'm wondering if MF is going to go arrows or Reaver first. We might see more of a caster build, or we might see more of a crit build. And I hope that we see this Misfortune take cleanse. If there is no cleanse on this bot lane, it is diveable. And we have a Poppy, so we have a Poppy, a Zyra, and an Ashe. So an insane amount of soft CC. Okay. The Champion Select seems to be going a little bit faster. We'll have to see when we get into the second round of bans. But yeah. Sorry, I have to practice like front facing the camera so you guys can like see, you know, me speaking to, like technically me casting towards you guys, not me casting to the side, you know, like don't want to be missing out on these echoes. Oh, we got the Guile theme to end up Chance Select with. Let's go. But yeah, as always, I am always looking to do more live glazing casts. So if ever you are not on my league's friends list and you would like to be featured in videos regarding solo queue, flex, or like clash matches or whatever, do hit me in the DMs or whatever, and we will get that fixed. Ooh, keep in mind, I only do it on North America right now for League of Legends because it's a little bit of a hassle to hop in between servers every time I want to cast a game because of this stupid like reminder for 30 days login or whatever. So, all right, looks like these Champ Select is about to finish up. We've got about 5 minutes before we get into game, and yeah. Interesting drafts from both sides. I wanna give the scaling aspect to the side of DH Storm, as I've never seen PiffDiff, but PiffDiff has like a really decent early game in terms of like compositional power. So if they can get a bit of a dragon lead, or maybe even get good macro on the grubs, then maybe the mid to late game transition can be a little harder here for the side of DH Storm. The Storm do not have the best siege. They have great pick potential, but they do not have amazing siege. On the other hand, PiffDiff don't really have great wave clear. And it is very doubtful that we are going to see a Hollow Radiance from the Ornn. So during sieges, Ornn will probably not be good enough to clear the wave by himself. But we'll have to see about that. I heard Napoleon is really, really good on his Poppy jungle. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in action. We've got about 3 minutes left until the spectator delay is over. I will be pausing the music at about, I think, the 30-second mark or whatever. The second you see the loading screen appear or whatever, I think that's when I'm going to be changing. And I think for in-game, we're going to be putting the, either putting my face top left or top right. So we'll have to see which one is less griefable. Yeah. I should make a screen for like an overlay for in-game, an overlay for Champ Select, an overlay for other games I'm going to be playing, but that I'm going to be working on that over the holiday break when I come back from Christmas vacation. But look forward to it. We will be having 24 and 48 hour streams to celebrate my affiliate onboarding. The second I finish that, the moment I finish the affiliate onboarding, we will be planning the 24 and 48 hour stream, which will involve a lot of League of Legends, some Spyro, some gacha games, and hopefully you guys will be there to have fun. We'll even play like League with viewers and stuff like that. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be hosted in my Discord, and hopefully whoever is interested will be able to come join and you know, just vibe. There will be some times where I'll probably be just vibing in another Discord, probably just pass the time or whatever. But I'll make sure that everything is TOS friendly and stuff before I do. You know, I have some friends who are pretty unhinged in terms of the vernacular they express themselves with. But do we have any predictions in the chat for game number 1? I personally think if Storm can weather the early game of PiffDiff, I feel like if they can weather the early game and have decent macro, I think Storm takes game 1. Because this Wukong is going to have to put in a lot of work getting through the Zyra, the Poppy, the Aatrox to get to the Syndra and Ashe. But we'll have to see. But anyways, we're about to get into the game. And you know what that means. It is the time to get into the games. So let's hide the draft. La Shibuya. And oops. Okay. Okay, give me just a second. I gotta turn the sound on. Looks like we're just doing standard 5 points. We've got this. I gotta move the camera. So properties. Can I move it? Let's put it here. Yeah. There we go. Is that good for you guys?
Minions have spawned.
Or do you guys want it more like... So we can put it maybe I should make it a little bit smaller. Is something like this okay? For you guys? For any active chatters? So I won't be able to interact with it. But we've got the start. So here we got Conqueror versus Grass. We've got First Strike on Syndra. Lethal Tempo versus PTA. Thank you, Amanda. À gauche. Cause I'd be if I put it, give me a second. Cause if I put it, you would want it like here, like that, Amanda. Is that where you'd put it? Cause I feel like it's going to obstrude some like gank pass, but it looks like we have a first pick from Mimi and the early gank from Napoleon, just doing the red buff into a clear. Okay, no worries. I'll move it back. There you go. Apologies for that directed camera, but looks like we have a super early gank here from the side of Napoleon. Things are gonna work out as intended. And the Poppy's gonna get first blood. Unfortunately, gonna miss out on some camp XP but now we have just a red side clear into a gank here from the side of Gooey. Bandito has to be careful. The Bellows Breath gonna connect. The Infernal Chain's gonna pull back. We've got the Aatrox Q looking to find some sweet spots. But there's a big minion wave. Bandito probably gonna be okay. Are we gonna have to see? Okay, Miablo investing the flash, forcing the flash from Bandito away. And it looks like Gooey gonna make it back. And Bandito not respecting the fact that the enemy jungler could still be around. Gonna be now losing a lot of pressure. But because Master Gui spent so much time in the top lane, now we can set up maybe a little bit of a death rush with Mimi and Napoleon. And here we have some vision given away by a big Thor. And Master Gui gonna find out that his blue buff is gone. We're gonna see a bit of a kerfuffle for the scuttle. Oh, the smite steal coming. But Medusa now gonna find Napoleon. Napoleon has to be careful. The flash sear W from the brand over the wall. And unfortunately, Napoleon not gonna be able to get away. Diablo here has a really big wave that's going to start pushing in, but it's a good thing for the Ahri that she got a kill, and now will make her first back into Lost Chapter a little easier on that note. And let's see how everybody on me and Big 4 are going to do into DMR, who has an experience and quite a big CS lead here going. Blazing Fire is keeping things about even in the mid lane. Looks like Wukong looking to gank again, but Mimi with a really nice grasping roots, and DMR gonna blow Thor away. Master Gui is here to shadow everybody on me, but that is gonna be a 1v2 outplay by the side of the H-Storm. Barrier invested, and because we know Brand had no summoners from the fight, there was no way that he could get out. Now we're looking to push the big wave in. Hopefully, everybody on me going to be able to get a little bit of CS under the turret. MF is pretty good at killing minions. So we'll have to see. We have a Lost Chapter back here from both sides. The little raptors are going to be stolen away here by Napoleon on Master Gui's side of the jungle. But the big chicken going to be left up. Looks like we were getting a vision control here for the side. Napoleon is a little under leveled though, has finished his boost, but if we check gold-wise, because he hasn't been farming too well, he's going to be a little below the XP gap. However, we have Crazy Mimi with a really nice rotation on the first set of grubs. Ashe being able to handle herself. Bandito getting knocked up by the Searing Charge. I'm going to have to be careful about the Bellows Brev, but this gives Master Gui the intention, because they do not have Prio on the top side of the map, to get this first dragon, as they know the Ashe is alone. It looks like we are going Collector first here for the side of Misfortune. Not that I'm the biggest fan of Collector first, but on a caster like MF, Collector can bring enhanced utility. I would have liked to see something like an Essence Reaver to make sure we never run out of mana or whatever, but for the time being, it'll have to do. Alright, we've got Diablo already with the Bramble Vest, working towards the Searing Charge into the Bellows Breath. Gonna get that Graf's knock up. Bandito, very worse for wear. Unfortunately, only had the money to get a Ruby Crystal, so we're not gonna be able to follow up on that difference right now. However, in the mid lane, Blazing Fire has done a good job farming up. Despite the 300 gold lead that Medusa had, it isn't going to be enough. Napoleon gonna find Master Gui, and Master Gui gonna find himself trapped, gonna get knocked into the wall with the Righteous Charge. Napoleon gonna get yet another kill. Gonna get a kill now on Master Gui, and gonna look to invade the jungle maybe. We're looking at a Grom Steel, actually just there clearing the ward, but there's a ward over the wall that'll spot him if he comes out. Nice Pillar of Flame here by the Brand to get some poke damage. We are now level 6 on both AD carries. Unfortunately, Crazy Mimi, because she roamed up for Grubs, is still level 4, and she'll be lacking a little bit of experience to have a bit of that combat prowess. Zyra ultimate is pretty huge here, and if Brand gets his ult first, that means that DMR won't be able to look for engages unless they get an assisted gank. by Napoleon just because the lack of all-in is going to be pretty brutal. Okay, some nice poke. The ultimate invested here. Wait, how did DMR get so chunked? Did I miss something? Okay, that's weird. It's like DMR just took the wave. Well, we're gonna get DMR on a good recall here. He's got about 800 gold. Gonna finish his hardbound X. So it looks like we are going Kraken Slayer first on this Ashe. Hey, thank you, Kilina. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be casting. I'm thankful for this opportunity. But yeah, we've got Storm versus PiffDiff right now. It's game number 1. Though we had a slight delay, things are gonna be fine. The Bellows Breath not gonna find the mark onto Bandito. Napoleon gonna get spotted on vision with the Scribe's Wound being popped in the blue side of Master Gui's jungle. Master Gui gonna be able to finish off his blue buff this time. And that means we've got the Cyclone and the Spirit Rush available. We'll have to see if we look to make any plays on the Syndra, because the Syndra is starting to pull away with a decent CS lead. Okay, Diablo comfortably just wave clearing against the Aatrox. The anti-heal kind of goes hard. So Bandito has to be careful when he's looking to take trades. Gonna get knocked up by the Searing Charge into the Bellows Breath. Thornmail gonna make it easier to take trades. DMR forced the flash away from the Seer. Really nice reaction time from the instant flash W. Brand was looking to make a play. Bandito does have to be careful. The Horn of the Call of the Forge God is a pretty devastating ultimate. Forcing the flash away. Now we'll see, do we get the outplay? Okay, the anti-heal, but Napoleon is here. Diablo in a bit of trouble investing the flash, but Blazing Fire is here with a nice stun, going to secure the kill with the first strike proc. Bandito managing to survive by using his flash. Good play here by DH Storm, and we've got the rotation of Crazy Mimi once again for this rotation. However, there's no crowd control ultimates here for the side. We don't manage. The stun from DMR from downtown. We've got to be careful. We don't have Smite. Smite just came up, and it looks like we're going to be able to defend here from the side of PiffDiff. Bandito has to be careful. He's going to die, and Diablo going to help secure the kill. Okay, overall a nice defense. A little bit of a fumble here from Bandito, stepping up a little too close, and he gets caught. Looks like instead of finishing the Thornmail first, we are prioritizing the Sunfire Cave. So we are looking to kill this Aatrox in lane. I believe we have a Black Cleaver here for the side of Aatrox, so there is not going to be any healing from his items, at least for the time being. For those wondering, we are casting a Division 4 game. Division 3 game. So we've got, I think it's like Emerald 4 to Diamond 2 is the points limit, like in general, for this ELO bracket. So if people were wondering what MMR people were playing at. Because on the side of DH Storm, we've got some really nice macro movements. The accessibility of Crazy Mimi and Napoleon working so well together. Now this is something you probably expect to see in like Div 1 or like amateurs. DMR going to get caught. The Pyroclasm not going to be enough, as it'll bounce back to Big Thor, meaning that there is no valid bounce targets once they are out of the way. Okay, Diablo gonna miss out. Okay, Diablo taking a lot of damage from this trade. Bandito starting to do good. But unfortunately, that fumble in the bot lane means that we are going to lose access to the wave. And now DMR down about 20 plus CS. The big Scryer's Bloom means that we have a Chemtech. So Napoleon doing really good for himself. Let's check in on the gold values. And yeah, there's no real gold lead. Everything's tied up right now. Give or take like 100 gold in some places. But yeah. Okay, Syndra finishing the Luden's Companion. Ari finishing the Malignants. We also have the Sunfire Cape and the Triforce with the Yomu's Ghostblade first item here on MF. Bandito yet to finish his item, but we have a locket at least here for the side of Napoleon. We have the Rift Herald spawning in 5 seconds, and Napoleon has priority. We're going to get a quick kill using the Flash Charm from Ari. Master Gui giving up priority in the mid and jungle lanes means we will be getting this first turret blood. Split between AD and support, but DMR starting to struggle a little bit. Medusa not missing out too much, down about 2 waves, but now we've got a rotation into the tops, into the bottom side of the jungle, and Crazy Mimi does have to be careful. We do have a Wukong with Cyclone who's 3 levels up. Napoleon a little down on CS. The charm is going to go wide, but now we've got 4 people in this mid lane. And we are going to run towards... Oh, Blazing Fire getting caught here. Not a good sign. Going to flash away from the charm. Napoleon going to Righteous Charge onto the clone. Unfortunately, would have been nice to see that play land. But Blazing Fire walking a little too hard into the crowd control, forced to use his flash. Has the only bounties that exist are in the mid lanes, so we'll have to see. But yeah, no, even Ashe, even though Ashe was a little bit behind, managed to catch up all that CS, and is almost finished her first item. But I'm surprised because MF here is on an item and a half, and Ashe doesn't even have an item yet, and they have the same amount of money. So I'm just a little confused how the gold values are working out. But we can see the Black Cleaver starting to put in some work, but those brittle grass trades are pretty hard for the Ornn to survive. We've got a nice grasping roots here onto Big Thor, but the Pyroclasm gonna bounce 3 times, and when there are 3 spells, Master Gui gonna be ganking Bandito. Diablo, the Brittle, is going to do so much damage. Bandito going to melt, and that is another turret taken here for the side of PiffDiff. The rotation's a little interesting here on the side of DH Storm. Napoleon gonna smite away his Grump. Make sure he gets it. I believe we're going Deadman's Blade into maybe Force of Nature for Poppy. I mean, it makes sense. The movement speed, good stats, HP, gonna be very helpful and useful. Big Thor gonna land a nice combo on the Mimi, but gonna get stunned by Poppy and Ashe. A really nice Ashe ultimate here. The bullet time not gonna find anyone, and it looks like priority access to the dragon is being given over to Storm. Because we have a Chem Rift, we have the super fruits, the super honey fruits, that give you a shield that kind of lingers around. Medusa looking for a play on Blazing Fire. And Blazing Fire already having extended his flash. Not going to be able to find the horn. The Call of the Forge God gonna be thrown to the side. Mimi gonna get caught in the charm. Unfortunately, there's no one to close the gap. DMR going to die here. The auto attack from MF gonna be enough, and Diablo gets priority on the wave. Bandito nowhere to be seen, and Diablo going to be teleporting up top. Make sure that we keep this advantage We're gonna pop the Super Blast Cone over the wall. Poppy, does Poppy have Hex Flash? I'm not too sure if I've seen it. I don't think anyone on the team has Hex Flash though. But that is gonna be the Chem Tech Dragon over to PiffDiff. A nice searing charge. Bandito going to Q over it with the Aatrox E. But Bandito has to be careful. Right now, there's a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage. And while Bandito can heal up on the minions, use his passive, and get some good trades, Miablo overall will be winning the damage trades, so as long as it's a one-on-one. The Herald gonna be invested by Bandito. The nice grasping roots onto Miablo. The damage coming down from Crazy Mimi, but Bandito takes a turret shot. Napoleon gonna get going to get hit by the brand combo, but the stun's gonna miss. The Poppy W gonna be nice to cancel any attempt. The Herald only going to charge into the turret, not gonna be able to take the turret. So unfortunately, no turrets yet for the side of Storm. Ornn gonna get a recall, already level 13, which means he's got the Forge Fire Cape or the Ornn Masterwork. The Ash Arrow, unfortunately gonna miss. A nice Pillar of Flame into the Rylai's first is gonna make things annoying to be able to dodge all the counterplay. Going to counter, yeah, it's gonna be hard to have any counterplay when you're like permanently slowed into like super stunned. And Medusa looking for a play. Napoleon going to flash away into his W. Make sure he avoids that sear from the brand. The Ahri really does a decent amount of damage right now. And Big Thor putting in a lot of work currently. We're going to be resending the same people for the lane assignments. And it looks like we're trying to collapse on this Syndra who has access to Flash. And the Poppy ultimate going to go to town. Napoleon even going to take the shutdown onto the Wukong. Really nice Poppy ultimate. Unfortunately, DMR in a little bit of trouble and is going to find himself playing the gray screen simulator once again. A nice charm into bullet time, but Syndra's gonna come! Ahri lives by the skin of her teeth. Medusa, really good reactions. Unfortunately, we did not have enough damage to close out the kill on Ahri, but Medusa is putting in a lot of work, and we've seen what these Ahris can do. We've seen Seeker's Ahri, who's an amazing playmaker. Ornn building an item. What are we building? We're building a Ruby Crystal. Okay. Can Bandito dodge? Enough. Okay, the Ignite and the ultimate comes down, but Big Thor flashing away the Force of Will. The Monkey Man not gonna find what he wants. We don't have the Spirit Rush yet. Teleport invested by Medusa. We've got a big team fight. Everyone's slowed down. Blazing Fire has to be careful. Forcing the flash from Blazing Fire. The Ash ult gonna miss. The Brittle going to get Bandito. But Blazing Fire going to kill Miablo. But this gives us priority access to the Baron Nashor. Syndra also gonna fall here. We are now clearing vision. We have 2.5 items on this Fortune, and she is putting in a lot of work. The Lichbane finish for Ahri, very interesting. More of like a side lane split push style build, but interesting to see that focus over like the Horizon focus, the Rabadons, the Storm Surge. But I'm not a pro player. I don't know what I'm talking about. Looks like we're just going to take the time to clear some waves. DMR manages to get the bot lane turret, which is good, getting himself a bit of money. Let's check in on the gold status. He's down about 900 gold, but he finished the second item, which is crucial. We've got Ornn working towards, I believe this is a Warmogs. Yeah, because it has a winged moonplate. We've got the Force of Nature here on Poppy. Now, I believe Poppy is either going for a Warmogs or going for a Dead Man's Blade. The Cosmic Drive here on Syndra are going to be really important to try and get away from the entirety of the CC. A nice Q Force of Will stun up a Big Thor, but we're not going to follow up. Napoleon narrowly dodging 2 stuns. And that's going to give Ninetale Fox priority access over to the Chemtech Soul Point. We'll have to see if Napoleon is able to get a Hammer of Justice off. Now it's channeling! It's channeling! And it's going to go on cooldown. It's a low cooldown, but unfortunately, we are not going to be able to stop this Dragon Take. Mimi's Leandri is going to cause a bit of problems, but we've got the Horn of the Call of the Forge God. DMR going to get caught once again. The Cyclone into the team fight, but Bandito is going to town on people. Let's go, the sweet spots from Aatrox. Unfortunately, not going to find more sweet spots than he needs, but gonna get the shutdown here on everybody on me. Miablo, unfortunately, gonna connect the Call of the Forge God, but the Lichbane Ari did not have the damage to kill Ashe through barrier. We now have Sundered Sky on the Wukong, which just means it's gonna have a little bit more healing. I think we're working towards a Sundered Sky for the Aatrox. Really nice item overall. Every time the first auto attack every 6 seconds you do on an individual champion, you're going to crit for about 140% of your damage and heal for like, I think like 200 something HP or something. It's the healing, I believe, scales on your bonus AD. So the more AD you build, the more healing you have. But we're working probably towards a Shadow Flame here for Blazing Fire, I'd assume, unless we're going for Rabadons. Brand now going for his Leandries. At least I'd assume it is. We are going to get the Void Scroll here for the side of the H-Storm to be able to easily clear out the enemy vision. And so far, Storm have been playing these team fights well. We've got a Spear of Shojin here for Bandito. So essentially his Q doesn't have a cooldown. It's going to be like 2 seconds. So he's going to be able to put in a lot of work. Ornn finishing that Warmogs is going to be a little problematic if we can't take him down. He will make a really annoying frontliner. But we are sending Bandito to deal with... Okay, it looks like the Searing Charge was it interrupted? No, it was re-interrupted. Okay, Bandito with the double sweet spots. But we're given priority access to the Baron for blue team. And here we go. Okay, it looks like we don't have information on it yet, so it's just happening. The Wukong is nowhere near. Okay, Napoleon gonna smite. Big Thor gonna get hit. Unfortunately, Syndra not gonna have the Force of Will to follow up. The Poppy ult going to channel. The Nimbus Strike from Wukong gonna be interrupted by the Force of Will. The Aatrox teleport into the Suicide. Big Thor unfortunately not gonna make it out. Oh, he is gonna make it out with just an HP. Unfortunately, Bandito teleported into an insane amount of crowd control. We're gonna clear blue buff here for the side of Storm. So we're gonna take the Baron, but we're gonna lose a member. So gold lead's about 1k now in the favor. Napoleon gonna get a nice charge on the Master Gui. Master Gui managed to hit the Blast Cone. Poppy W was not able to cancel it, unfortunately. But here we are. We're gonna be farming a little bit. Looks like we've got a Rabadon's Death Cap here for the side of Syndra. Mimi probably working on a I mean, 2 Amtomes could be anything, but let's see. She has 500 gold, so I think we're going Lost Chapter. Let's see when Mimi decides to buy. She didn't buy anything? Okay. Oh, Mimi just bought a pink word. Okay, so we've got a Bloodthirster next for Ashe. Now probably working, I want to say, on a Sterix Gauge. Either a Sterix Gauge or a Sundered Sky for the side of Aatrox. I think we're going to be finishing components for the Thornmail. Yeah, okay. Wukong now working towards probably a Stairs Gauge himself. And if I had to take a gander, it's either a Shadow Flame for Ahri or it's gonna be a Zhonya's Hourglass, but we'll have to see. Because normally with the Zhonya's, you finish the Seeker's Arm Guard component first. Big Thor caught against the wall, forced the flash. Master Gui getting the Cyclone on 2 people, but taking a lot of damage. The Ornn going to get Poppycoptered away. The flash, righteous charge onto Big Thor. Crazy Mimi following up. The stun's going to interrupt the bullet time. And there's no extra follow-up here for the side of PiffDiff with their main carry gone. Blazing Fire has a double cannon wave. The barrier going to be invested here. But it looks like we're leaving Mr. Napoleon to solo the dragon. While DMR and Mimi get priority on this turret. Searing Charge going to be enough to knock up DMR. But fortunately, the Liandry's does a lot of damage. Oops. I'm sorry, I kicked my mouse. We've got the Call of the Forge God now going on to Crazy Mimi. The Spirit Rush from Ahri away. DMR has to try and get away. The Charm, the long distance charm is going to connect, and that's a double kill for Master Gui. We still have a Spirit Charge left. And Medusa going to get annihilated. The flash from everybody on me and Miablo to make sure that Blazing Fire goes down. And now, well, Ornn is just tanking because he's got a Warmog, so it doesn't matter. But this might be an inhibitor take. Napoleon doing what he can, gonna hit 2 people away. MF gonna be interrupted by Bandito, but the Cyclone, Bandito really trying to find the MF, gonna find the MF, but unfortunately, he's healing so much. Oh, that's a double kill. Mimi with the Stranglethorns and the Grasping Roots, but unfortunately, Napoleon's gonna go down, and that technically ends up being a triple kill for Master Gui, and a kill for the Ornn. Aatrox now finishing his Sundered Sky. Yeah, that healing was intense. And Baron is basically, it's just on the bot lane, right? No. We'll have to see. Yeah, no, it's, no one has it besides Mimi. Master Gui, gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Once an auto attack is registered, even if you run away, you cannot escape it. Bloodthirster, and now we're working on a 4th item for Ashe. Wukong now has his 3rd item. Thornmail on Ornn. We've got the Cerelias and almost a GA on Misfortune. The supports are getting close to their 2nd item. We've got Seekers for Mimi versus components for the Andres on Brand. About 300 gold for Brand before he gets his item. We're pinging the Baron Asher, spawning in a minute. Syndra gonna get a good recall. But now it looks like Ahri investing in a Vertin barrier. So we're going to be building a Banshee's Veil here. Not going to have the biggest amount of magic damage here with this build. Bandito looking for a fight against Miablo, but he's taking so much damage. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Thornmail plus Big Sunfire Cape equals good at dealing with Aatrox. We've got Medusa looking for a play. The magic resist coming through. The Force of Will, the Force Unleash only going to do about half of Ahri's HP through the combo. Napoleon looking for Medusa though. And we're just trading blows. But this gives us priority here for a blue side Baron attempt. Once again, Wukong is around half HP, but let's see if he can make a play happen. They have vision.
Retribution is at hand.
And Wukong not going to be able to get into the pit to steal. They're going to get stunned by Blazing Fire, forced to use the clone to try and get away. Miablo just gonna be vibing. MF gonna be landing some damage onto the Aatrox. Will MF be able to survive? DMR going to get assassinated by Wukong in the 1v2. Wukong gonna be living by the skin of his teeth. Miablo starting to run out of mana, and unfortunately, when you have a mana bar, if you have no mana, you can't cast spells. Crazy Mimi here with the assist, and it's just going to take the kill away from Bandito. All the hard work Bandito put in, the 10,000 sweet spots, all gone to waste. Mimi was like, yeah, thanks, I'll take that money. I'm a rich girl now. And Napoleon finding some really good stuns throughout the game so far. We got Big 4 getting stunned again into the Force Unleashed. Blazing Fire just going to annihilate people. This Syndra build does damage compared to what Ahri has built right now. With about a 3,500 gold lead in the mid lane. Now we have the Shadow Flame, and we're building towards a Void Staff. The 6th dragon of the game going to be achieved here. We've got the teleport here from Blazing Fire. Bandito is holding his because that is awkward. Going to be blast coning in place, unfortunately, instead of blast coning over the wall, but just looking to buy space with Crazy Mimi for Napoleon to be able to do this dragon. So we are 2 Barons deep, 6 dragons in. Could you ask for a more impactful game? And we have a kill plus a minute. The Banshee's Veil going to be popped here by Crazy Mimi. What's good insight? And that turret is going to melt like some hot fudge on a cold Sunday. Or should I say cold fudge on a hot Sunday? No. No, some hot fudge on a cold Sunday, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah, I think it does. Anyways. The Master Gui gonna find Bandito over the wall, but I don't think this Aatrox is who you want to be finding. However, the Poppycopter gonna be throwing Aatrox away, gonna be throwing Brand and Wukong away. DMF, the bullet time, it's gonna find DMR, but the Strangle Root's going to force the flashes away from Medusa and Miablo. The stun's coming through, and Blazing Fire just going to execute. Master Gui really trying to find Napoleon, but going to be able to find and not going to be able to live against Bandito. Blazing Fire gonna die. The Brand is doing a lot of damage. Miablo's here trying to get some recollection, but he's gonna die to Leandri's. Oh, is he? And Crazy Mimi takes yet another kill. Beautiful play here from the side of DH Storm. Mimi coming in clutch with such beautiful ultimates. And it looks like Bandito is going to award himself with 700 gold. Oh, 400? What, turrets are worthless? What the fuck? Yo, Riot, give these people their dude money. Mimi now getting solo turret gold? Hell yeah, that's what I want to see. Support gaming! Alright, Bandito gonna be taking the inhib. Mimi gonna be getting a quick recall off. Medusa here on wave clear duty. Unfortunately, the Banshee's Veil plus Lichbane combo means that you don't really have any damage. And as an AP assassin, you kinda need damage. Aatrox is not weak. I believe right now Aatrox, well, I mean, to me, he's always been very obnoxious. As a Rumble player, I hate playing against Aatrox, but Aatrox players hate playing against Rumble because I can just build anti-heal early and laugh. Yeah, Aatrox casse. And yo, what's up, Alucard? The man, the myth, the legend, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow into the Force of Will with the Force Unleashed that Syndra has an execute. She is better, Smolder. So at least we've used our pick ultimates to get a pick onto the Misfortune. But with a 7,000 gold lead, we are now looking to close the gap and end game number 1. Master Gui going to find a play on Bandito, but the Poppycopter going to send the Brand away, who's been very helpful in these team fights. I'm doing good, Alucard. I'm just glad to see you around. I look forward to seeing some Chiefs gameplay in Super Weeks and playoffs. As you're my favorite top laner in the Division 3. Sorry, Dre's. You got replaced. Oh. Medusa going to use the Orb of Deception on something that doesn't exist. I'm surprised to see the Wukong get his upgrade so late. But now we've got the Sterix Gauge. The Wukong fairly tanky. Poppy's got a lot of HP, but not much else going for her. We'll have to see if Napoleon's able to find some clutch traps. Or if Crazy Mimi is just going to 1v9 turbo smurf the game with these Strangling Thorns. Alright, looks like we're playing for the Dragon Soul and the Baron that are spawning relatively shortly. We've got the Koenig Rooker now on the Ornn, so let's turn the scoreboard off while we watch this action. Looks like we've got a Dragon start here, and no one on the side of PiffDiff able to get close. Okay, so that is the third Baron secured for DH Storm. Will they be able to close out the game? No, Blazing Fire! Don't walk into the trap! The Horde, the Call of the Ornn God, the Call of the Forge God is going to cancel the Blast Code. Bandito in the backline doing a lot of damage, but the Bullet Time putting in work. Okay, we don't have many ultimates left. Mimi's gonna have to be a goat. A nice push against the wall. Bandito's gonna find Big Thor. The knock up on the Aatrox. But we're gonna be knocking up DMR. Miablo, unfortunately, going to get melted. It's a 3-for-1 exchange. We've lost our mid laner, but we've lost our front line. And there's no ultimates. DMR flashing forward, looking to get the play. The sweet spot connects, and Ash is going to get a double kill. Looks like we've got a game 1 victory for the side of DH Storm. Could the impossible be happening? Could they win a series? Let's go to game 2 and find out. Oh, there's a new game you can play. If you finish the first act in this or whatever, I think you get 300 blue essence. So, look forward to it. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, if you finish act 1 and 2, you get blue essence. If you finish act 3, you get a singed emote. Alright. Jinx ruins everything. Jinx fixes everything. Alright, ready. Go. Ready for the invite for lobby number 2. Oops, sorry. Forgot to click off. We adjusted the score. Let me move the webcam here for the draft. Yeah. And we'll move it back down for the champ select. Alright, here we go. Game number 2. The draft is going to be happening shortly. Bam, it looks like we've got DH on red side and we've got PiffDiff on blue. I'll have to see what the early pick investment here is for PiffDiff, because the Ashe arrows were insane. But if I had to give MVP to someone this game, I'd probably think that the amount of beautiful Stranglethorns, Grasping Roots that we saw from Crazy Mimi, I'd have to give my MVP for game 1 over to Crazy Mimi. Those Zyra plays were fantastic, and this is how you play an AP support. She bought the warding item, so you know she ain't here to fuck around. I'm so excited, sorry. I see that support item and like I'm permanently happy for the day. As a support player, I'm just like, hey yo, best fucking shit in the world. Let's do this. I believe. Oh, okay, looks like we're gonna have to place the players around. But I wanna say that PiffDiff want blue. I don't think it makes sense to put PiffDiff on red when the Ashe first pick was so impactful, and DMR and Crazy Mimi were key to the game 1 victory of Storm. But Napoleon's level 2 early gank, man, that's what makes Poppy so much fun to watch. I was fixing camera issues. I didn't even notice the ganking path by Napoleon, but this man has been cooking in the kitchen. They want to end the series on a bang. I believe if they are at 0 wins, they do not make Super Week. So I believe they need to absolutely get a single win in this season to make Super Week. It can be corrected by anyone who knows the maths or the amount of games required to enter Super Week. But as far as I know, if you are XO, if you are OX, which means you have 0 wins and only losses, I believe you do not make it into Super Week. I've not asked for clarification, but I was told that this game is really, really important here for the side of Storm. PiffDiff already have their first win, but if Storm 2-0 them, they'll be tying PiffDiff right up. Actually, no. I think if Storm win, they will be going over PiffDiff. But I think both qualify for Super Week. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we are in the creation of the draft link. So everybody on me to the left, and then Big Thor, and then we can place the players of DH Storm. Just waiting on the draft link, and we're going to be getting ready in this Apex GG. Alright, let's get ready for a hype game number 2. I know I'm super excited. Honestly, I didn't even know if we were... Alright, looks like we have the ready check here for the side of DH Storm. And we're just waiting on the ready check. Did I get the right link? I see blue v red. I guess we didn't type in the names. I was just waiting on Blazing Fire, I believe, to join the lobby, and then we'll be able to place everyone. Okay, so we've got ready check here from DH Storm. We're just waiting on the ready check here for N9TFPiffDiff. So get ready for some intense action. Alrighty. Oh. I thought I saw Blazing Fire join. Alright, well, once we get the ready check, we'll be starting the draft. So give me just a second. I'm going to get a quick water bottle, and I'll be right back. of for the side. Don't mind what I said. I just had a brain fart. We've got Syndra banned away from Blazing Fire. His Syndra landed so many pivotal stuns and just executed so many players. Let me just get the playlist back up and running. Apologies on that. We are banning Cassiopeia away from Medusa. Still, we're going to keep Napoleon off Skarner. Napoleon had a really good game on Poppy. Maybe we'll see a different ban. Interesting to see that we are still keeping Master Gui off Belveth. What will be the third ban here? It looks like we're also taking Smolder. I think we're taking DMR away from Smolder. We're going to be banning Big Thor's Seraphine. Looks like this time PiffDiff with the priority here on the Ashe. We'll have to see if there's an answer to it, because that Ashe Zyra combo we saw was nasty. Oh, looks like we have a Hui first pick. Now, I don't know if this is for Medusa or Big Thor, but Big Thor did play Brand, so maybe he can play Hui. I'm not too sure, though. We'll have to see. Okay, we've got Xayah into Ashe. Interesting matchup. Okay, but, I mean, I trust DMR. Does Mimi play Rakan? I'm not too sure if she does. Normally, like, Rakan is the kind of support you want to pair with the Xayah, but we'll have to see if we get a chance to. But Victor? Okay. Yo, no, never mind. We're just gonna pivot to Corki. Okay, for a second, I thought my mid laner from Arcane was gonna show up, but nah, we've got the terrorist bombardier Corki locked in for Medusa in the mid lane. The clock is ticking here on the side of PiffDiff. We only have physical damage, and Master Gui gonna lock in J4. Okay, so we're purely physical damage. I mean, Corki has access to true damage, which really does matter. But we'll have to see what we draft towards the top end support angle here for PiffDiff. Could be another Brand angle. Brand Ashe is pretty obnoxious. But right now we've got a character hover into a Gragas lock-in here for DMR. Sorry, not DMR. Actually, I don't know if this is going to Bandito or if this is going to Napoleon. But Gragas at the Jarvan just doesn't feel good. So this might be a Bandito blind pick? Though, is Gragas great? Oh, okay. Okay, if we're branding Orin, that is Gragas top lane. That looks like Gragas top lane. Oh, okay. Well, we had a random character into a Poppy ban. Okay, so I believe they have not fallen for the fact that this is a Gragas jungle, and they're just going to focus on taking away more champions away from Napoleon. His Poppy was fantastic. Understandable why it is taken away. Surprised though to see the Smolder have such importance, but I guess okay, also gonna be banning the Gwen. Okay, I don't really know the Gwen versus Gragas matchup too well. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I don't think it's that great for Gragas, if anything, because you can like immune the cask if you're like dodging properly, but Gwen like rarely ever takes flash, so we'd have to see. But let's see what the last ban here for the side of PiffDiff. It's gonna be Mundo. Okay, interesting ban. Gwen is immune versus Gragas. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like Gwen press W. You could just be dancing. You're dancing. You're dancing. Alright, let's see what we're going to be picking up here. I assume we're picking up for Napoleon here. And we want to keep Mimi's pick as a counter pick. Oh! No, okay, looks like we're gonna lock in Nami to go with the Xayah. So we want to give Napoleon a last pick just to make sure that his champion properly balances out with the side of DH Storm. They are currently playing with Game 1 momentum, so we'll have to see. Ooh, a Galio here in the mid lane. Wait. Is this Galio top? Broken Blade, is that you? Are we seeing the top father? Yeah, Red say Banditos. I think Bandito is playing Gragas. Oh, never mind. So Mordekaiser into Gragas. At least I think. I don't think Napoleon's playing Gragas jungle. I'm confused. Okay. So we are looking at we're hovering Alistar to go with the Sash. Pretty good into Nami. You can ult cleanse the wave for yourself. Wait, give me a second. There you go. Let me turn the lights on real quick. Give you guys a little bit of a show. I'm currently wearing a Darling in the Franxx t-shirt. It's nice. I don't know. I like it. We need a bit of light. My eyes are getting old, you know. And it looks like we locked in Leona to go with the Ashe. So we're going with a kill lane in the bot lane. Okay, wait. So it is Napoleon's Gragas? Okay, Bandito with the last minute pivot into Darius? Okay, I can see the angle. All right, it looks like we're going for a winning top side. Because, if we can get the ball rolling. Yeah, Alucard, I know it's not your Darius, because your Darius is Tabarnak. Okay. I don't know, man. Let's find out if it's Adam or Bandito. Indeed, we shall find out if gods. I mean, Bandito did play the mid to late game really, really well last game. No, Alucard is my favorite top laner in Division 3. I'm Alucard's personal fanboy. Wait. Oh, yo, Adam's getting kicked off. Fucking BDS. Hey, yo, Banzito. Let's go. Banzito getting promoted to the LEC. Let's go. All right. Okay. So we're going to see Miablo's Mordekaiser. I thought he had a pretty good game on the Ornn. Unfortunately, his mid lane didn't really build damage, so we weren't able to assassinate people. Alright, okay, so I have not seen Napoleon play Gragas yet. But also can't say I've seen DMR play Xayah or Blazing Fire play Hui. So I think I saw one game of Blazing Fire playing Hui. So yeah, definitely an interesting team composition. We'll have to see if this Gragas opts to go more of a tanky build, because from the looks of it, DH BDSM Bandito. Yo, welcome, Dave Loon, to the live stream. We are currently up in momentum for DH Storm. They are up 1-0 in the series. Maybe we get a 2-0 sweep the first time Storm does this in a season. But we'll have to see. Currently, we are finishing up Champion Select, and as always, this is your reminder that if you need to go get a glass of water, a snack, or hit the washroom, make sure you do so, because if not, you might miss out on this awesome action. We've got a game 2, and it looks like the teams drafted for blood. They want to kill people, and that is what we're gonna see. Okay, so it looks like the brands for R2 were kind of reversed. I'm not sure why, but yeah. Wait, were they reversed? Yeah, it felt like they were reversed. But I don't know why you would ban Ornn if you were planning to play Darius. I thought Darius into Ornn was a great Darius matchup. But I guess there is the, oh, oopsie, I made a mistake. Get full wombo comboed by Ornn, because Ornn is an assassin. Yeah. I forget that Ornn is Cassante, but from Freljord instead of Shurima. Alright, so we've got the loadout, 3.5 minutes before we get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We've got an action-packed game ready for you. And as always, I will be giving you the best cast that I can in this game number 2 of DH Storm versus N9TFPiffDiff. I'll be right back as we get on through the spectator delay, but look forward to it. I'll be back. I need a bottle of water because this game, action-packed, we ain't going anywhere. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. We've got about 2 minutes on spec delay. So, yeah. Alright, give me just a second. I gotta type out a message real quick. Alright. Let's get ready to get into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Who's ready for an action-packed thriller? Looks like we got some great skins. Crime City Nightmare Darius. Can't say I've seen it before. This monkey rap, huh? DK. Oh yeah, gotta pause the music.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The only Darius skin I have is Dunk Master. I have Dunk Master and I think Road King. Those are the two that I have. I got them through the mystery boxes or whatever back when we had mystery skins. All right. Looks interestingly enough, we've got Fleet Footwork on Corki. You're looking to survive the mid lane abuse of Hui. It's not the funnest matchup on either side, I don't think. There's a lot of poke that goes down. I got an early Oracles here for both the support and the jungle here on PiffDiff. And yeah, no, I believe God King does a lot of damage, but unfortunately, it's out of my budget range. As me, a poor person, cannot afford a skin that expensive in this economy. Plus, I never play Darius, so unfortunately, I think I've only played him in ARAM. Maybe a few games on Summoner's Rift, but that was like Ultimate Spellbook. But yeah, looks like we've got a big blue start here for the side of Napoleon. So Napoleon probably going to be looking to do more of an early clear. Bandito going to try and going to be trying to isolate Mordekaiser from as much XP as he can early on. Unfortunately, takes a isolated obliterate to the face. Things are going to be a little hard. I'm not really too aware of the Xayah vs Ashe matchup, but I think it is Ashe favored until 6, and then I guess it just becomes another one of those skill highlights. Alright, we've got the level 2 here for Bandito. He has opted to take the Ghost. It gets a nice pull in and a Decimate. Sorry, not a Decimate, the Apprehend to chunk out Mordekaiser. Mali and Metal gonna fire back with a little bit of damage. But overall, Darius doing a pretty decent job, I want to say, at least in the early portions. Bandito has skipped some camps in order to possibly look for an invade or a dive on this Mordekaiser. We're going to be pushing the wave in. The Apprehend gonna miss, and Bandito going to call the gank off. Napoleon just sitting in the bush for now, only having done 3 camps. Now going to look to get into the face of the enemy jungle. The Darius Q not going to be... Oh, the flash auto attack from Diablo going to be enough. Both summoners invested by Bandito, and he is going to fail that 1v1. And for good for Napoleon, he was there. Blazing Fire taking a lot of damage, throws a fireball onto Corki. Corki going to be able to sustain through a little bit of things. Still has his potion, but Blazing Fire is starting to struggle. Master Gui even gets the Scuttle Crowd, the fear coming in. Napoleon going to be able to walk away, but unfortunately, notice Napoleon doesn't have a red buff. So, Master Gui here going to be taking the big raptor away. At least Napoleon gets the small chickens. In the bot lane, we've just got a bit of a farm fest. No one's really looking to blank a play right now. We haven't seen a Xenoblade. No summoners burnt. Master Gui here now going to be using the red buff to fight Napoleon. And Medusa going to be using the burst fire. Gonna be killing, and Master Gui is gonna be killing Napoleon, but Bandito has come. Diablo is following. We've got DMR in a little bit of trouble, forced to flash away, and everybody on me going to get the first blood. Flash invested by everybody on me, Ignite on Big Thor, but both summoners here invested for the side of everything invested here on the side of DMR, and the heal was invested by Crazy Mimi. So unfortunately, Storm off to a little bit of a worse start than they were in game number 1. Let's hope they do not tilt and they keep their heads strong. Darius gonna be up a decent amount of XP, But since they were both a little bit away from the lane, let's see the gold values. We're about the same, but Darius didn't really get to buy much. We'll see what Bandito is building. Gets boots, refillable. Okay, so could be going Strybreaker, could be going Black Cleaver, could be going Triforce. Literally every path is still open right now. We'll have to see if he commits to a Tiamat. Blazing Fire going to be taking some good poke. The Thunderbolt going to be dodged away. Napoleon is here, but Big Thor is looking to possibly set up a play. The rotation, Mimi this time has not matched rotation. The Zenith Blade into Shield of Daybreak going to be enough. The Eye of the Watcher going to catch out Big Thor. Away passive going to proc, going to do some damage onto Big Thor. But Bandito here looking. Okay, Bandito getting a bit of pressure relieved from the side of Storm, and Storm are going to have first access to these grubs. The Smite invested, Master Gui can now look to maybe opt to steal, but it looks like with Bandito's presence being there, we are pushing them off. And so it's going to be a 3 grub start here for the side of... it's going to be a free grub start here for the side of DH Storm, as it was in the last game, and we'll be trading that priority for a dragon, which also happened last game. So we are right now outside of the scuffle in the top jungle. We are just repeating what happened last game, which is a sign of good omens here. Oh, Bandito going to miss the cannon minion. Unfortunate. That's a lot of money in the early game. Mordekaiser already going for that Rylai's. Getting closer and closer to it. Big Thor gets spotted on vision. The Zenith Blade is going to connect. Napoleon is there, but the arrow connects on the Mimi. Mimi forced to invest a flash. Okay, but that was a good Ashe ultimate. You trade Ashe ultimate for Nami's flash. Bandito going to get an okay trade on the Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser does have access to big shields, and big shield means big healing. So we'll have to see if Big Thor has to be a little bit careful with that Eclipse. Can't afford to proc. The bubble gonna go wide. Napoleon and Master Gui are both bot lane. No one has hit their level 6 yet in the jungle, but looks like we are going the tank Gragas route with the Balmy Cinder pickup first. We'll have to see if it's a Radiance, a Sunfire, or if it's just a stalled item, because completed items are worth so much more than components are, as they have useful effects. DMR here trying to freeze the wave as best he can. Knowing that he has his jungler closer than the enemy jungle should be. Looks like we've got a speed up. Napoleon is here. The casket gets thrown. Unfortunately, the bubble misses as it was not time. DMR here going to land. Oh, the bubble also not going to work, but DMR getting a double kill here in the bot lane. Off to a really good start. Bandito with a little bit of a CS appreciation. The Deathgrass not gonna find anyone. Mordekaiser are able to slowly start closing that CS gap. Has about 1,300 gold. I think he wants a little bit more to get his Rylai's, and then once he has his Rylai's, he can look to do some stuff. Thank you, Uno. Looks like we've got a flash body bump and the Hui ultimate with the Thunderbolt. Medusa gonna flash away with his life intact. We've got the Glacial Fissure here to clear out the wave. Blazing Fire a little down in CS, but I gotta look to get a back in. now Napoleon, not having his flash and not having bot yet, has 2,000 gold, is looking for this Jarvan. Master Gui is going to find Jarvan. But Bandito is here. The explosive cast comes in. Going, the upper hand going to be over the wall, forcing... but Victor now in a bit of trouble. Going to be found out. And Bandito going to get the slam dunk Arunis. I mean, I wasn't expecting tank Gragas jungle. But here we almost have our first items completed in the mid lane. Mordekaiser, first person to finish their completed items besides Xayah. Essence Reaver now finished, going to allow Xayah to have essentially infinite mana for basically essential wave clear. We'll see if we follow up with the Flicker Blades or the IE into Flicker Blades. But essentially Xayah wants to be able to use her Feather Call, her feather placing and her feather call as much as she wants. The feathers really dictate how much bonus damage Xayah is able to get out in a trade, and each feather has their own damage stat. It looks like we have a priority access onto the grubs number 2. Having 6 grubs to none is going to be really impactful. Napoleon making up for his downside in gold by getting all the key objectives that his team currently needs. The upper hand coming in, doing a bit of damage. Bandito going to get a nice decimate, but he's going to be sent to the Shadow Realm. He knows that he does not have an ultimate, and he's not going to be able to survive Diablo's onslaught. Looks like Bandito has to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he gets sent to the Shadow Realm. And without teleport, while they do have 6 grubs, but 1 grub was left up, trying to interrupt this dragon take. The Flash Xenoblade not going to connect, but it looks like we're going to be able to get onto Blazing Fire, and he's not going to be able to live Medusa's onslaught. However, everybody on me going to be taking a lot of damage. Napoleon going to be able to finish the damage here. The big Blast Cone going to be invested. And Napoleon going to be able to live. DMR with a triple kill in the bot lane. In this mid lane dragon exchange, the dragon goes over to the side of PiffDiff, but we've got 5 grubs. It's 13 minutes in. Are we gonna go get that 6th grub? Because it is rather important. Okay, looks like we are ignoring the grub. Okay, interesting that we chose not to quickly go finish that grub, as it will despawn. That Darius is going... well, if they don't focus on this, it is going to disappear. Will they get it in time? Nope. Looks like PiffDiff did not manage to get it. Oh yeah, sorry, Uno. I know I'm ugly. I'm a vieux balbu. Okay, but because they were at Rift on spawn, essentially, they get a free Herald. I gave up. I gave up the femboy look when I was in college because I started gaining weight, and femboys are like super skinny. And Bandito getting... Oh, the flash! I also isolated Obliterate, going to annihilate Bandito. Bandito really struggling in this 1v1. Mordekaiser making Bandito his bitch. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to go wide, but Blazing Fire unfortunately going to find himself in the middle of taking a fat L. Diablo just going to walk away. He's got, ooh, Napoleon with the smooth moves. Is that Michael Jackson? Because we've got a smooth criminal. A small Asian with big glasses? Jesus Christ. Do I sound like a small Asian with big glasses? Great. Crazy, man. People making assumptions. Man, just click on the YouTube link. The Flash, the flag and drag Cataclysm combo. Everybody on me gonna be taking a lot of damage. DMR doing a lot of damage. Crazy Mimi going to take the kill. That's a lot of feathers, and they're not gonna be recalled on time. The isolated Thunderbolt gonna be dodged here by Master Gooey, and we've got yeah. I like apple juice. If you want like to get me a drink that I'll be happy about, just get me some Oasis apple juice or Oasis Hydration peach juice, and I'll be really happy. I mean, if Storm didn't have DMR, I don't think they would have been able to make many plays happen. We've got some farming here on the side of Master Gooey, making sure he gets his red buff. Napoleon seems to be building a Warmugs first on Gragas. I'm very interested in knowing what's up, but Napoleon doesn't really talk when he cooks. He kind of just keeps everything on the low, hush, hush, you know? The fun and monkey style. Okay, Master Gooey going to smite away the ultimate, the scuttle, and Master Gooey just gonna, like, he's gonna expertly dodge the, he's going to expertly dodge away from the Gragas ultimate, but because he already invested the flag and drag, won't be able to get away, dies, and Dragon has spawned. Napoleon going to spot Big Thor and Medusa here, but will Miablo be able to put up enough of a fight? Because he and Corki are currently like the two super OP. Oh, Bandito taking a bad trade here. Medusa looking to trade with Miablo. The ultimate's coming through. And the Corki auto attack gonna be enough. We've got the Enchanted Crystal Arrow now on Napoleon. And we have to be careful. The Isolated Obliterate going to kill Hui, and Crazy Mimi going to get melted. Napoleon in the Shadow Realm. Gonna get caught by the Zenith Blade. We're trying to give the kill over to Mordekaiser or Ash, but Master Gooey takes the shutdown. And we've got, Bandito is applying pressure in the top lane, but we've got a Rift Herald. And 3 players. Unfortunately, I think this Rift Herald should live to see another day. We've got another charge. And does Big Thor know how to drive cars? Vroom, vroom! Into the building he goes! The Cataclysm! Flag and drag away! Master Gooey's taking the turret aggro, and with no grubs, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to take that turret, because without grubs, we don't do damage to buildings. As we have learned this season in the Mamago Esports, getting 6 grubs means you're essentially getting ice cream with a cute babe, and she is allowing you to get a PS5 for free. But when you have no grubs, it's like your mom's taking you to GameStop to buy a copy of Animal Crossing on the GameCube, and it turns out you get Barbie's Horse Ranch Adventures on Xbox instead. Bandito double Mamago winner. X2 doubt. X2 doubt. Bandito carried to 2 wins. Confirmed. Unless we're talking about a different Bandito, because I'm not seeing that this game. Okay, we've got Blazing Fire with the pressure here. Gonna be taking the blue side turret. Bandito clearing a pink ward. And Blazing Fire is struggling a bit in the matchup, down a decent amount of gold on against the Corki. we definitely have some cinema going on. Ash now at 2 items, but Xayah almost with the Infinity Edge. Things are going to get a little disgusting. There's not much damage on the top side of DH, so we have to be careful. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to be invested once again. The Sunlight, the Explosive Cast going to push Leona away, but the Flag and Drag... Napoleon has a lot of HP and plated steel caps, which means he can tank auto attacks for a long time. Ash forced the flash away. DMR trying to find him, but Medusa going to find. Okay, wait, what just happened? Yo, Medusa just pulled up and said, "You dead, motherfucker." All right, Big Thor versus DMR. Unfortunately, Corki is European, and we all know how Europeans do with bombs. Diablo going to be able to get a turret for the side of Ninetale Fox. Unfortunately, we lose the mid-inner, but that's Baron access here for the side. Sure, we can play Peach Beach Splash after. We can play any Senran Kagura game after the cast. Yeah. All right, we've got Baron access here for Medusa putting in work. Crazy Mimi tries to go for a steal with a bubble, but unfortunately, playing the less damaging AP support, not gonna be able to find the Baron steal. PiffDiff with a decent gold lead, and this Mordekaiser is a problem. Bandito getting annihilated. Had counter pick. I really thought it was Gragas and the Mordekaiser. I'll be 100% honest. While Napoleon's Gragas has been pretty decent, and he has almost 100% KP, we're just not seeing much out of him. Medusa is doing so much more than Blazing Fire this game, which wasn't the case last game. We've got another pick onto the Darius. The Leona ultimate going to connect. Bandito going to get murderized. And we throw... Napoleon throws Big Thor into himself, blocking his exit. He's going to go down, and Mimi's going to get annihilated by the cataclysm of the big boy J4. Blazing Fire forced to defend, and DMR nowhere near being able to contribute in the team fight at this point. We might be getting a Game 3 angle. Yeah, Mordekaiser taking about 300 damage from Wei's full combo, and then just shrugs it off. Yeah, with a Baron buff, Corki is pretty disgusting. He just does a lot of damage, and I wonder if Corki True Damage applies to buildings, because it feels like it kind of does. Bandito gonna look for a pick onto Corki, gonna miss the apprehend, and now that's a red buff Corki, yeah, Bandito gonna be called Bandithrow. What was that, ladies and gentlemen? Things are getting rough here for DH Storm. The pinnacle of coordination honestly just hasn't worked out. I'm really not sure what we were seeing, but now we've got Napoleon working on... I'm not too sure what he's working on, I'll be honest. I'm confused. If anyone can explain what Napoleon is building, I will give you a thumbs up on the broadcast. Okay, we've got an invade now on the red side jungle of Napoleon. We've got a steal on the big chicken camp, and Hui throwing fireballs away, but he's down 2 levels on either of the solo laners here on the side of I think Good is a decent Xayah, but I prefer his Jinx. We've got the Sterix finished for Darius, but as we saw in the last fight against the Corgi, it doesn't matter. Corgi does damage. Yeah, looks like right now Bandito is the MVP on PiffDiff. Really enabling PiffDiff to get a way back into this series. I don't believe we'll be seeing a counterpick Darius next game. Alright. Now we've got a siege on the mid lane inner, and it's gonna be successful. Okay, Bandito gonna be chilling. I guess the initiation ritual. The initiation ritual for Bandito joining PiffDiff. I don't think it passed because they were still hostile NPCs. Now we've got a group siege. We don't have our top laner. Mordekaiser applying pressure. Oh, but Napoleon with a nice cask, a nice body buff flash, gets killed by everybody on me. Master Gui gonna go down. DMR giving it everything. He's got the isolated Thunderbolt. Gonna be enough, but can Hui beat the Dictator, the tyrannical mid laner Medusa? Will we see another isolated Thunderbolt? The isolated Thunderbolt is gonna land, but unfortunately, we don't really have any damage here on the side of Blazing Fire, so we're not gonna be able to kill Medusa and get that insane shutdown. Meanwhile, we're working on 3+ items here for Miablo, and he's putting in a lot of work. Knight's Vow, Bloodthirster, Liandry's Torment. Yeah, the tank Gragas build really isn't getting much done, unfortunately. I don't know if it was a team communication error. Okay, Mimi just vibing. That's a nice skin. Tentacle Nami. It is a 2v8 at this point. Alright, we've got the 3.5 items here on the side for DMR, but is it gonna be enough to carry his team? Finally have the Liandry's now finished for the side of Blazing Fire, so we'll see some Hui combo damage. We've got the Chemtech Soul here on the side of... I got Chemtech Soul in 20 seconds. Bandito gonna be found again. Jarvan gonna be looking at him. The upper hand gonna go wide. Miablo just gonna walk away from... he is taking a decent amount of damage here from Blazing Fire, but Napoleon has made the imperative call that we are doing better. Medusa doing 30% with a Q. The full combo going on to Hui. Miablo gonna go down. A little bit of a misplay, not respecting. The Baron's gonna reset, but now Mimi's super low. Okay, Bandito forced the flash away. Baron not gonna be started. Napoleon is nearby. DMR recall gets interrupted. It looks like we've got Master Gui with everybody on me. They're gonna quickly do the dragon. I am casting Bûcheron Super Week starting Sunday at 10 a.m. We got Bandito ghosting, but is he gonna be able to find what he needs? A big Thor gonna get hit, but Bandito gonna die. The Baron not taken. Medusa going to be putting in the work, gonna kill off DMR. Blazing Fire also gonna die, but we're gonna get a revenge kill. Napoleon now really trying to get away. Unfortunately, not gonna be able to. Mordekaiser gets a kill, and it looks like... I mean, if Alucard's a OTP Aatrox, then you guys must really suck to lose to his non-Aatrox picks. But that's the only comment I'm gonna say. Looks like we get a Baron here, a second Baron here for the side of Ninetale Fox. PiffDiff. Sorry, it's I don't know why, but the word PiffDiff just like it doesn't sit well in my mind. So it's hard for me to remember it. Jarvan now finishing his Spirit Visage. We've got a Seekers on Mordekaiser going full damage. Doesn't care. Corki now has an Infinity Edge. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay, so without Grubs, we've seen the trouble that is being able to siege, because the turret damage just isn't there. But maybe if they group us 5, we'll just force a team fight, take the take whatever they need. DMR still has a decent lead against DMR still has a decent lead against everybody on me, but these Ash arrows and the amount of slows that PiffDiff have access to, it's just a little bit insane. The ultimate here, Ash Arrow onto the Hui, forced to use the Mikhails onto him. Master Gui gonna be able to just get away. Bandito trying to buy pressure, but he doesn't have teleport. If a fight starts at the enemy inhibitor, it's gonna be Jover. Looks like we're just giving up that inner turret. Bandito now with a big wave, but it's a 5v4. We've got the Ash ult very soon. The Leona ult's coming back up. We still have Cataclysm, the Death Realm, and we've got the missiles to siege with. Big Thor looking for a play. The big Hui, the wave going into Rub. Miablo going to get sent to the Shadow Realm, but we're taking the turret. The Cataclysm gonna be enough. DMR forced to ult away, but unfortunately, the fear onto the Corki gonna do a lot of damage. Everybody on me just flashes in order to get that pressure, but we've got to get a recall. We don't want to lose the game. Bandito gonna be able to get a turret bounty, which is nice. Gets 2 turrets actually, which I mean isn't a bad thing. It's a base race, and the Darius now has he's now just 2,000 gold behind. But we'll see if it's enough. He gets his recall in, but the difference is we have the Chemtech Soul, we've got Elder in 2 minutes, and in a 5-on-5, do we have enough damage? DMR really wants to finish this item before Elder spawns, because if he doesn't finish his 100% crit, he might not have the damage. But this Zaya putting in a lot of work. We'll just have to see. Yeah, Darius putting in a lot of work. Now has his 3rd item, but Mordekaiser's about to finish his 4th. Let's see if Miablo is gonna reset before this objective. We have a Jack show now on Gragas. I'm very confused. Yeah, I'm 100% confused. Oh, when Corki crits, does he fire 3 bolts in the arcade skin? Is that the crit animation? Big Thor gonna miss the Zenith Blade. The standard's gonna be thrown out by Demacia. Miablo here going to have to make a decision. Going to flash away. The isolated Thunderbolt's gonna put him low. And Miablo is really low. Already lost his flash. Might have to take a recall. Okay, but Corki just gonna get an inhibitor turret for free. Miablo now has his Zonias. Starts to walk back. Still has the teleport if he needs. Big Thor in a little bit of trouble. The Cleanse and Medusa going to get casketed away. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow, the Cataclysm, but the Featherstorm was already used. And DMR not going to be able to survive. We trade 1 for 1 right now, but it's going from bad to worse for the sides of Store. We're down 7,000 gold. There's a Chemtech Soul. Mordekaiser, Big Thor has to get a recall in because he's really low. Bandito trying to find Big Thor and is going to find Big Thor. Going to get the kill, but we've lost all the inhibitors. Now we're looking for Bandito, but there's gonna be double super minions spawning here in the we've got double super minions. We're taking away the entirety of the jungle. The Baron's gonna be spawning in a minute, but there's only 2 Nexus turrets. We're gonna have Elder, the Hawkshot, being thrown to spot the members. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow gonna be enough. Bandito gonna try and survive. Napoleon gonna try and go for the Elder Steel, but DMR going to melt. At least he takes the Corki away with him, but we have Elder buff. Everyone's just gonna be dying. Mimi has to escape. Elder goes over to PiffDiff. And we're chasing Mimi. And now we've got double super minions. Yeah, silver scrapes. We've got silver scrapes. Can I play silver scrapes? I think silver scrapes is copyrighted. But I've got something as emotional for the side. And DH Storm are going to throw game number 2. We're going to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. A very unfortunate scenario here for the side of DH Storm. But let's get the music back on first and foremost. But I got just what we need. All right, give me a second. First, let's there you go. There you go. This is like the equivalent of silver scrapes in Pokemon. We've got the Cynthia battle. Oh, okay. I'll get silver scrapes. I'll get silver scrapes. I'll get silver scrapes just for you guys. If we get copyrighted, I'm sorry, but we've got silver scrapes. Yeah, we've got silver scrapes. We've got silver scrapes. Yeah, we got the Cynthia theme, but we're gonna play silver scrapes once. We're gonna play silver scrapes once. And then I want to see the lighters. Do you guys have like the fire emojis in the chat? Let's get the fire emojis in the chat for everyone who's here. If you guys have a fire emoji. We got to do the lighter, you know? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Start spamming the emojis. And I'm doing the dance. Wait. Where's my phone? It's going to be ironic. Alright. Alright, looks like we've got game number 3 in the works. Alright, let's put it on repeat one more time. It's just a 2-minute song. Alright, let me update the score real quick. Sorry, my arm's getting tired from holding my phone with the lighter. There we go. Okay, we've got the ready check on the draft by Crazy Mimi. Game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We've got N9TFPiffDiff versus DH Storm. Who's gonna take it? Hey, Uno, this is like the most intense match we've cast this season. The throws, they're immaculate. You have to witness history in the making.
who's gonna be the last place in Division 3A's bottom class? Ugh. Okay, okay, that's enough of a pump. My arm hurts. That's alright. I can't do it anymore. Alright. Alright. There we go. Okay. Alright, look. So, next Sunday, well, this Sunday, I'm casting the Super Week for 3A's DH Bûcheron. And on the first, I'm casting DH Plume's Super Week in Div 4. But for playoffs, I'm going to try and get as many games as I can. So, hopefully, how playoffs are going to work is they're going to be on separated days. Because I swear to God, if playoffs are all the same day for like the current bracket, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be angry. I want to cast so many playoff games. And I'm pretty sure the boys love watching the casts. So, we got to make it happen. We got to make it happen. You guys have to help me convince Mr. Mamago and crew to not do all playoff games the exact same day. Because I want to get some coverage. We're into the draft, ladies and gentlemen. And this time, we're going to keep Medusa off of Cassiopeia for the entire series. Miablo putting in a fantastic performance both games, but MVP of the last game has to be everybody on me. The man was kiting like so well. Actually, sorry, I have to give it to our European representative, Medusa, because he played Corki just like Hitler took down his enemies. Unfortunately, Hitler lost in the end, so we'll have to see if Corki gets through this best of 3. But this time, we've got some ban adaptations. The Skarner being banned first, as we saw in game number 1. Maybe we shall see different bans, but so far, Storm are keeping the same ban strategy. However, Storm is blue side, so this time we're banning the Smolder second. Okay, Seraphine going to stay a consistent ban. Are we going to see a ban on Ashe, a champion that has single-handedly decided the games? PiffDiff, the ball is in your court. Let's see what PiffDiff bans here on red side. Oh, I can move this just a little bit up. Alright, looks like PiffDiff have done their research. They banned the Ashe, and we are getting a new 80 carry pairing for game number 3. Okay, what is the first pick priority for the H here? The Hui did not work. The Gragas did not work. We need something. Blazing Fire Syndra was a staple in their game 1 win against PiffDiff. Turbo Stomping Medusa in the mid lane. We'll have to see what PiffDiff have prepared to play against the Syndra, because they left it open by banning the Ashe instead. Here we go, the timer ticks out. Medusa back on his European Conqueror, the bombastic Bombardier. Corki locked in for Medusa. Alright, we've got an action-packed mid lane with high kill potential. Now let's see these junglers. They could opt to pick their AD carry here, hide their jungler, pick it third, and consider themselves having counter pick at least. We've got Varus here for everyone on me. Okay, a solid AD carry. Will we see the lethality route if there is no tank? Always a solid option versus no tanks. The poke can get insane, but we'll have to see should he go that way. If not, we're seeing on hit, but to play on hit Varus, you need peel. Will we draft enough peel to give this Varus room to auto attack? The clock's ticking. Napoleon back on his puppy. Looks like we've got the all-star roster besides Ashe assembled here for the age. The recipe for success. Are we going to take an early Aatrox is the question. Bandito's Aatrox was pivotal in the mid to late game here against PiffDiff, but we're going to take DMR a Jinx. Okay, now we have a lot more explosive power in these team fights. Getting resets will mean the Jinx will get stronger and stronger and stronger. Yep, I like the simple jungle pick for Napoleon. Poppy, he has shown excellent results on it, and the man knows how to go in. Plus, his Poppy Copters were really good. Looks like instead, Gooey deciding to go the all-in route with the Amumu. Interesting. Okay, so a defensive pick for the first time here for PiffDiff's jungle. Now we get into the bans. What are we prioritizing? We already know that Darius doesn't work. So will we just ban the Aatrox away? Oops. Apologies. Can't have Bomb. Oh, well, wait. Oh, rip. No, I could have Bomb Battlefield. My bad. It was the superstar that I couldn't have. Okay. Looks like we banned Lulu from Crazy Mimi. Champion that we feel we play. Okay, we're banning Miablo's Ornn, who had a fantastic performance in game number 1. Unfortunately, was not able to carry through. But here we go. The last top lane ban that Storm has access to. Let's see what it is. Mordekaiser. Okay. Bandito has an idea. Wait, what was banned? What was the 5th ban? What was the last ban? I guess we'll find out later. Okay, so we've got Varus Rel in the bot lane. I don't like the Amumu in this team comp, but it makes sense. It makes sense when you need a bit more peel. Okay, the Nautilus. Okay, so it looks like we are going dive heavy with some poke. Alright, we'll have to see what Storm finished their comp buff with. As always, they've given Miablo counter pick. So we're getting a Renata here from Crazy Mimi. We're going full arcane in this bot lane. Alright. Let's see if Renata's steroid power... Oh, Bandito playing Gragas? Okay. We already had a tank and a lot of magic damage. I'm not too sure about this blind pick, but maybe it's all he had left in the tank. I sound like Shaco? I don't know any Shaco quotes, unfortunately. Here's a tip, and a spear on the end of it. Psh. Mazinzao. Okay, we've got Mundo versus Gragas in the top lane. Alright, interesting. I don't know how much action there's going to be top lane, but mid lane and bot lane is bound to be full of action. Let's get right into the game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see what that last ban was very shortly. The players are all set. The game is going to begin. As a reminder, before we get into this epic last game, you need to, if you need to, go to the washroom, grab a drink, or grab some food. Do it real quick. We got 5 to 6 minutes left on the clock before this intense action begins. And thank you everyone. A huge shout out to all the homies in the chat, chatting it up. This is the most lively we've seen the Sanctum casts in a long time. Video is frozen. What? Have you tried refreshing, Seeker? On my end, it is fine. I can see the champ select. Yeah, I think you might need to refresh. I'm not seeing an issue. If not, Seeker, you can come in the casting channel, and I'll screen share. I'll screen share my display for you, if you can't see it. If it truly isn't working out for you. That's something else that I can do. All right. Though the voice might be a little delayed than what you're seeing on the screen. Okay. Nice. Now you can enjoy the game with us, Seeker. All right. So it looks like the first ban in second rotation for the side of PiffDiff was Yumi. Interesting. I thought we would have seen something more like the lines. Well, okay, well, I guess when you have a Jinx, there's only so much you can play with it. But Yumi and Lulu do really come to mind as decent options. Reminder, if you do like what you are seeing on the cast, yeah, for the boys? Well, it's what I had queued up next to the it's what I had queued up next to the Cynthia theme. I'm trying to get some new material, but as always, there's a lot of stuff that's like heavily copyrighted. But I will specifically make a final game playlist to retroactively fit the theme of like the badass boss endings and celebration music that we're gonna have. So anyways, we're about to hit the 4-minute mark before we hit into the game. So get all the things you need. Now's your chance to go AFK for a quick second. But yeah. This is the Pokemon Emerald Frontier Brain Battle theme. Right now. Battle Frontier. I love the Battle Frontier in Emerald. We've never seen something like it ever since, unfortunately. I guess it was a lot to code because it was a lot of fights. Honestly, like I feel like they put almost more effort into the Battle Frontier than they did into like the core part of the game. Like the actual like main story. But here we go, 3 minutes spectator delay. I've already got my water. I'm ready to go. Hopefully you guys are ready to enjoy a diabolically good cast. Also, as always, if you guys have any feedbacks regarding what I could do better, regarding the cast and other things, feel free to DM me any critiques. I'm always looking to learn and improve. My goal here is to bring you guys the best version of an entertaining cast that I can, and hopefully you guys enjoy spending your evenings in my casts when they're up and running. And a shout out to anyone who actually watches the VODs on YouTube the following day. It's really helpful. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot. But as I get more used to like the casting the teams and stuff, I mean, of course, if the rosters change, I have to get used to new names and stuff. But that's gonna be a problem probably every like Mamago or GGL season or whatever we end up broadcasting. But yeah, as I get more comfortable and ease into it, like now we even have the webcam and stuff, and I feel like the webcam is a positive change. I don't think I've heard any negative backlash about it so far, but I do have to like take some time to create like overlays. But we're gonna do that for probably the playoffs, depending on how fucked I get on playoffs. I really would like to be able to cast as much of playoffs as possible, but I rarely ever get recorded matches to cast as extra material. It would be nice, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Alright, we've got about 55 seconds before we get into the game. So get ready. Team-wise, it feels like Storm is pretty low damage, but there's no magic damage here on the side of PiffDiff. So we'll see if armor and HP is enough to survive for Storm, or if Syndra is going to be able to take over with these assassination attempts. If DMR has another pop-off celebrity game, it might be over. He's played fantastically all 3 games. Bandito with the Grasp Gragas. Okay, I don't know how well that fares into a Mundo. Yeah, if Renata goes Bloodsong, it is going to be wonderful. Let me just move the camera real quick. There we go. Looks like we've got a bot side rush to the bush for N9TFPiffDiff, and it looks like we've got standard 5 point here for we're gonna mute the music as we get into the game. Oh, looks like we managed to get some information here for the side of Storm being able to safely escape a possible early cheese play. Miablo getting the first CS means that there's no XP anymore on words, but that extra gold might eventually do something. Yeah, it looks like we're back to standard 5 point. We've got a defensive ward, an invasive ward on the red buff for Napoleon, and an invasive ward for the raptor. Well, the raptor bush, but it's not actually spotting the raptor camp itself. Looks like, unfortunately, it wasn't placed at the optimal spot. But here we are, game 3 is starting. And now the lane assignments. Looks like Fire was seeing if we were starting with an invade, and it looks we're pinging question marks on the red buff for Mumu. Will we see an invasive early aggro path here for the side of Napoleon? That is what he did in game number 1. He took his red buff and instantly ganked bot lane, but he's starting topside now. We're probably more going to see like a level 3 dive play if it happens with the Renata revive, but it might be hard to dive a Nautilus Varus. Bandito getting some good early pressure on Miablo, but Blazing Fire taking a pretty bad trade from Medusa. not fighting back. We're still level 1 here in the bot lane. We were just level 1 for the side of PiffDiff's bot lane. But we'll have to see. Another ward cleared. Fortunately, wards, like I said, they do not give XP, but a little bit of money goes a long way. Oh, DMR gonna miss that cannon minion. Master Gooey gonna get an invade on Poppy's red though. Jinx caught on a hook. Gonna be forced to flash away. The bandage toss. The heal from Crazy Mimi. Napoleon not gonna catch, not gonna get caught by that hook, but that's both of Mimi's summoner spells used up. And Amumu still has a full red side jungle to clear. Napoleon gonna be a little behind on CS this game early on. But some really good poke coming out here from the Varus. Master Gooey still looking for a play. Oh, the flash away, but Mimi with a good auto attack to secure that first blood. Master Gooey flashing, but dying to the first strike plus Renata. The pill going to be picked up by Mundo. Bandito is starting to run low on mana. That is the unfortunate problem here for Gragas when you start Q. When you go early Q, you have a lot of mana problems, and because they remove the cookie option for mana, it isn't that viable anymore. Some good grass procs here. Miablo now has a level lead, probably just because he's been next to more minions. But Bandito has to be careful, only has enough for a few Drunken Rages. Now hits the level 5, has enough mana for one more combo. Medusa going to be pushing in Syndra. Syndra without a mana item early on. Going to struggle just a little bit. Okay. Bandito going to be taking a lot of damage in the wave. Another cleaver to the face, but Miablo is pretty low. Has to be careful. The Poppy Hex flashing over the wall. And Napoleon gonna be able to secure the first kill topside. Miablo unfortunately not paying enough respect. Blazing Fire is really low on mana, really wants to get a recall in. But this is giving us priority access to the first dragon. Crazy Mimi and DMR are looking to poke out. But we still have about 20 seconds before grubs. We might be doing the same trade that we've done all 3 games, where DH get the first grub rotation for first dragon. The mountain dragon though will go a long way against the Syndra. That percentage magic and armor increase, that magic resistance and armor increase is going to be very helpful. Teleport invested by Medusa. He only got a tier, while he had an early back, so he's got about 900 gold. Master Gooey going to find a play onto Blazing Fire, but both junglers are level 4. Napoleon not able to find a grub secure yet, and it looks like we're just going to invade. The explosive cask here going to be invested. We're going to be putting in our resources to killing this Amumu. Fortunately, Amumu not having the most stellar of games. Hex flash over the wall by the Poppy. So it is going to be first grub for first dragon. But unfortunately, Amumu going down. And yeah, Bandito getting a kill, really going to be helping him out. Mundo has to be careful. The Poppy is still a dangerous point of contention early, so he's got to play with a little bit of respect. But at least Master Gooey has a lot of camps to do, so he'll have plenty of time to just farm his camps. Let's see what Napoleon opts to do. He's gonna finish this Scuttle Crab, and then is he gonna? Looks like he's just gonna take a recall. Has a decent bit of money. DMR going on hit. Sorry, yeah. So we've got double lethal tempo. So we've got on hit Varus versus like the standard Jinx. The infected cleavers are starting to stack up. But Blazing Fire getting some good first strike procs. Gonna be getting a decent amount of money optimized out of it. But that Mountain Dragon, like I said, is gonna be putting in work. Next we have a Cloud Dragon, so slow resistance and out of combat movement speed. Always helpful. But as this game goes on, because we have double AP solos, it might be harder to secure kill pressure here for the side onto this Mundo. If this Jinx gets enough time on the Mundo, I think we can do something. But a magic versus item gonna go a long way. Okay, let's look at the gold. Mundo's got about 1400 gold. Probably doesn't want to back. If he can stay till Heartsteel, he wants to stay till Heartsteel. Big Thor gonna be AFK in the bush. The handshake gonna catch out Medusa. And the Poppy is close to the wall. The bandage toss comes out, but the flash ult gonna be enough. Blazing Fire going to get revived by the Renata bailout. The double kill here for Blazing Fire. And we're putting a lot of focus into making sure Blazing Fire has a good lane. Because unfortunately, when it was Hui versus Corki, this Varus is all alone now. The handshake's going to come out. We've got a Poppy. The flash into... Oh, the revive coming out just in time for DMR. It's going to be enough. Master Gui not going to make it in time. I thought everybody on me had enough damage. But Mimi with a supreme display of talent this game. Outplaying Big Thor at every possible opportunity. Now we've got the Luden's Companion here for Blazing Fire. We get a plate, however, here for Medusa. Teleport not invested by Fire because it's not up yet. Yeah, it looks like we've got a Hollow Radiance first item here on the Amumu. MR going to be important. Medusa taking a lot of damage, and the Poppy and Mimi with an extra visit. Yeah, Medusa gonna be in trouble once again. Poppy this time going to take the kill, but a nice rotation by both Mimi and Napoleon. Their synergy that we saw in game number 1 is coming up again. It looks like we've got a start. The Drunken Rage gonna proc the turret aggro. Bandito not gonna be able to get his demolish off. Okay, Gragas going to be ganked by Master Gui, but going to casket the Amumu into the wall and then just walk away. We've got the dragon pressure on lockdown. So it's going to be 1-to-1 in dragons. I wonder what the rift is going to be. It's another Chem Tech rift. So we've got action-packed plays. Bandito going to get stuck by the bandage toss. But Napoleon really wants to try and secure at least one more grub. Big Thor going to find a play onto DMR and Mimi. The ult comes out from Varus, but it's not going to be enough. The Super Mega Death Rocket, Nautilus living by a sliver of HP. DMR going to flash over the wall, and unfortunately, while Napoleon did not manage to get a grub, and both Napoleon and Bandito are going to be going down, so it's a 2-for-2 trade. We trade the bot lane to feed DMR, but we are feeding Medusa, and we saw what Medusa could do. With 3 to 3 in grubs, there's no grubbling in this game, but Jinx with grubs can put in work on turrets. However, Corki and Mundo with grubs can also put in work on turrets. Gold-wise, we're looking at a Wild Arrows. Bandito throwing the cask, but Mundo not having his ultimate. Okay, gonna be able to find the solo bolo onto the Mundo. Mundo should have his Warmogs now. Now buying a pair of boots. Looks like we're going Crown first. Sorry, not Crown. Cosmic Drive on the Gragas. Bandito playing a lot better than he did last game. Gonna get a Demolish proc. Big Thor with the rotation. We're gonna find Bandito, but Mimi and Napoleon are here. The stun onto the Amumu. There is no flash. The Curse of the Sad Mummy not up. And Bandito gonna get another kill onto Master Gooey. Okay, the hook's gonna go wide for Nautilus. But we've got 3 people top versus 2. Big Thor just shadowing, making sure that the dive is not going to happen. The Varus, unfortunately, losing out in the 1v1 trade, gets caught by the zap. And the wards are going to get cleared. Takes a little bit of damage here. But we've got a completed item to not a completed item. And that 1,000 gold diff is going to hurt until this Varus... Oh, we've got a pause from Bandito. Okay. So Bandito paused the game. I'm not too sure why. Maybe there was a peripheral issue, but now we have, let's take the time to look at the items. Completed wise, we've got the Hollow Radiance and the Warmogs on the side of PiffDiff. And we've got a Locket, a Luden's Companion, a Wild Arrows, and a Cosmic Drive for the side of Storm. Combat gold-wise, we have a lot of efficiency. Miablo going to be able to take the first turret with relative ease. Oh. Is that what was paused? I guess that was the pause. Because we had the spectator delay, so we didn't necessarily see. Okay, Mundo just gonna be trying to walk away. Pops the maximum dosage. But Syndra gonna be coming top lane. The stun gonna be coming through. Miablo going to die. The Syndra starting to do a lot of damage. We need that Triforce on the Corki. Renata gonna get caught with the hook. Master Gooey gonna get a curse, a bandage toss. But there's a 3-man Renata ult. A lot of damage going down. Medusa just going to find Mimi. And Napoleon here in the middle of 3 people. The Poppycopter going to ult the Varus away. Going to ult the Amumu away. But froze the Corki away. And manages to survive the Varus' onslaught. That's another kill for Blazing Fire. Mimi's ultimate was beautiful though. Buying the Jinx enough time to get at least 1 kill in that exchange. Even though the Jinx went down, we now have basically the gold lead though that a Blazing Fire has isn't really existent, because Blazing Fire, even though it's 404 with about average CS, is still up. It's still down 500 gold to this Corki, who managed to get Corki got the shutdown on Jinx, right? Oh, Corki got the shutdown on Jinx and Renata. Okay, so that was about 1,000, like about 1,100 gold here for the side of PiffDiff. Bandito now rotating. Big Thor getting caught, but going to buffer the Q, flashing over the wall. Bandito gonna look for a casket. Going to casket and kill Big Thor. But Big Thor with Locket, are we just giving the kill? No, we are giving the kill over to Bandito. Mundo going to be applying pressure onto this turret. Bandito forced to teleport in. We've now got the Boots of Swiftness here for Mundo. An important purchase. Master Gui going to find DMR. And Napoleon going to go in, just going to knock up Master Gui, but unfortunately, that's a double kill here for the Amumu. Mimi going to be taking a lot of damage, going to die, goes into the bailout. The flash over the wall by Blazing Fire, and it looks like we've committed we committed Bandito coming back. So there's no topside pressure. Dragon's going to be taken. And yeah, those Merc Treads and that Mountain Dragon don't seem like much in terms of magic resistance, but they're going to be able to put in a lot of work. We now have 2 items spike here for Corky, up about 800 gold. Miablo about even with Blazing, with Bandito. It's really just in the top lane that we have the 600 gold. Yeah, so the gold's almost the same. It's really just the 1,000 gold lead difference in the support role. Mimi having 11 kill participation to Big Thor's 1 kill participation really means that we're getting close to 2 items here on Mimi very early on. Bandito gonna look for Big Thor. And Medusa gonna throw a big one. Missile Barrage not going to find what they want. We've almost got the Fimbulwinter on Gragas completed. Or at least I think, yeah, it's gonna be a Fimbulwinter because it's gonna transform when it upgrades. Bandito gonna find Big Thor again, gonna do a bit of damage, gonna pop the Celestial Opposition, but this time Napoleon and Mr. Gui going to be fighting each other. The Blast Cone into getting ulted away by the Corki, getting ulted away by the Poppy. Fortunately, Big Thor not going to be as lucky. We are trading turrets. Oh, DMR going to be taking a lot of damage. Has to be a little bit careful. Unfortunately, the Bandage Toss and the Chains of Corruption are going to miss. Blazing Fire not going to be able to find the kill on the Varus. The Varus is going to be living on very low HP. I don't know how much HP that was, but it was not a lot of HP. Mundo going to be taking away the Krugs from Napoleon here, having pushed in a really big wave top lane. Now has a gold lead against the Poppy. Now Master Gui gonna think twice about going to the red buff, but we've got Corky with a decent lead. Mundo now has his Heartsteel, gonna continue pushing, and this Mundo is only gonna get more of a pain as the game goes. If he builds some magic resistance, he'll be pretty annoying as we get in. Okay, the Belly Bob's gonna miss. Heartsteel proc onto the Mundo. 37 HP a proc. That's pretty decent. Bandito now gonna be building a bit of damage. Big Thor gonna get hit again. Master Gui going to get Poppycoptered away. But the Poppycopter is a big ultimate. The Flash E not gonna stun. Force of Will gonna be found. The Super Mega Death Rocket not needed to be invested as Blazing Fire just got the Annihilator kill. Medusa going to hover his Valkyrie well enough. And Napoleon almost going to die to the turret, but that's the mid lane outer here for the side of Storm. Alrighty, we've got the Chemtech Soul Point in 50 seconds. Baron is also up, but neither team has an amazing Baron team. I mean, Amumu probably does Baron better with a Varus than... Okay, Napoleon going to smite the buff, the Scuttle Crab away. We're going to throw Master Gui into the wall. Calciac should be playing this Sunday at 7. If I manage to finish the Super Week cast early, I'll hopefully be able to get on that. Okay, DMR going to survive the combo from everyone on me. Syndra investing the ultimate. Unfortunately, not being able to get an assist, but we have priority access. Bandito going to get caught here. Gonna get stunned up. Unfortunately, there's not much damage here on the side of N9TFPiffDiff. Without their Corki or their Varus in play right now. Looks like we're going to try tie up the Drake score 2-2. So Chemtech Soul Point for either team will be achieved next Dragon. We're still working on the Ginsus here for everyone on me, and Mundo gonna pop the ult, and Mundo gonna get a Heartsteel proc. Everyone on me just going to get murdered by the Syndra, and teleport was invested by Medusa, but it was a nice flank. Was it a shutdown? No, it was not a shutdown. It was just standard kill. But now we've got a kill. Both AD carriers have died, but now we have the Infinity Edge here on the side for DMR. Mundo gonna look to get some turret pressure, but Bandito just gonna show up. Now has a Seeker's Arm Guard, could be very helpful. Medusa manages to get like an auto attack on the turret, so if he can get like 1 or 2 more auto attacks, the turret should fall with the Void Grub buff. Looks like we are going Shadow Flame third here for Syndra. And we have the rapid fire in tow here for Medusa on back. Napoleon finished his Dead Man's Plate, which is going to be very useful. See if he's going to be going towards a Force of Nature next. A Heartsteel proc. Okay, so we've got about 200 stacks here for the Mundo. This Mundo is starting to have a lot of HP. Victor gonna get caught out in the bush again with the opposition. Gonna be able to flash out. Napoleon going to ult the Amumu away from the Renata ult.
Here you go.
The Bandito has to be a little bit careful. The maximum dosage. Q's gonna miss. Napoleon is coming. Unfortunately, Bandito doesn't really do much damage to the Mundo, who is now working a Blazing Fire, getting caught. That's a huge shutdown. 900 gold. Baron access here for PiffDiff. Blazing Fire, unfortunately, not respecting the catch ability. Napoleon gonna look to catch out DMR. Okay, the Mundo's gonna be going down. Super Mega Death Rocket gonna do a lot of damage. We're gonna seal. We're gonna secure the Baron here for red team. Hulk onto DMR. DMR gonna go into the passive. Not gonna be able to get a reset. We have the Missile Barrage, but unfortunately, Mimi going to flash away. Little bit unfortunate here for the side of Bandage Toss. And Bandito gonna be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, the shutdown comes here onto the Gragas. And Storm with the fumble and the tumble. The Unleash, the Force of Will not going to find the stun. But Varus getting a really nice shutdown, giving him a second item and almost his third. Going to be going a Wit's End third. Mundo now at the 3-item spike. The Zonia is now finished for Gragas. We're working on a Thornmail here for Poppy. Shadow Flame for Shadow Flame now finished here for the side of Blazing Fire. And we're working on some Armor Pen here for Jinx, because what you really need, some Armor Pen. Everyone on me going to get caught out. The Handshake going to be going wide. The Poppy Copter, is it going to be channeled? It is going to miss. Bandito teleporting into thin air. And Mundo going to teleport and start smacking Mimi's butt. And Mimi's butt is going to get clapped. Master Gooey going to take the kill though. Bandito pretty low. And here we have Chemtech Soul Points. Bandito and Napoleon going to look for a possible steal, but there's no Poppycopter here. Chemtech Soul Point goes over to the side of PiffDiff. A little bit of an unfortunate tumble. Master Gooey looking for a Bandage Toss. We're going to clear vision around bot side. Okay. Corky now working on some Armor Pen himself. We'll see if he goes Mortal Reminder or if he goes Master Gooey. Yeah. Is there another way I'm supposed to pronounce it, Trace? Because I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to pronounce it. If phonetically we can change it or whatever. If not, I'm just going to call him Gooey. Mundo putting in a decent amount of pressure in the top lane. Not really being able to be contested by the Bandito anymore. Everybody on me with a beautiful play. Blazing Fire going to get sniped out of vision by the Varus ultimates. And it looks like it's going to be a bottom inner turret here for the side. But we're base racing. The Mundo's teleporting. The teleport here from Medusa. Mimi going to be taking a lot of damage here. DMR going to get Heartsteel to death. And Bandito not going to be able to find the damage he needs. The true damage from Corky going to be enough. That's an inhib taken here.
Red team double kill.
Napoleon here getting caught. But it looks like we're going to be able to kill everybody on me. Napoleon going to take the kill here. A little bit of a fumble though. We got the mid. We got the mid inner, but we lost the bot inhib. Now Medusa has access to mana, and we're going to be looking to take this turret. We picked up the pill for Mundo, and basically at level 16, we've got an infinite pill. The second you pick it up, you get your passive again, so that's why the Poppy smash into the wall did not stun. We've got the locket now for Mimi, and we're working now on another item, I think a Knight's Vow, but We might not get there. Napoleon probably getting close to finishing his Thornmail. Mundo working on Unending Despair. We've got the Jack Show now for the Amumu, who's miles ahead of Napoleon. The LDR finished for Corgi with an extra BF sword. We might see a Bloodthirster 5th item. This Corgi's almost full build. Unfortunately, Blazing Fire a little bit trailing behind. We've got the Wit's End now. Knight's Vow for the bot side of PiffDiff. And now we're looking to make a play. Bandito might be getting caught. Another Heartsteel proc. The cask is gonna go. Bandito misses the belly bob. The flash away was really nice. Crazy Mimi going to go into bailout and die. Medusa gonna be annihilating Bandito, while Miablo just sits there absorbing the damage from the H-Storm. And that's going to be the death of Mimi for no kills. Well, we've still okay. Nice blast cone. But we have priority access. And with Corgi Varus, we do it really quickly. We've got 40 seconds on the Drake, but they might have time to reset. Got a bit of gold to spend on Mundo. Finishes his 4th item. Varus gets a longsword. And yeah, now we're gonna get ready to do this Chemtech Soul, and this could be the end of DH Storm's run. Well, they'll have won a game in this series. This is why we're at Silver Scribs, but unfortunately, the synergies that we had in game number 1 aren't really there in game number 3. Okay, Bandito seeing Mr. Gooey and finding a ward. We've got the soul taken here for the side of PiffDiff. Medusa gonna be in a little bit of trouble. It looks like Medusa is gonna go down, and so is Big Thor. Okay, well, we lost the dragon, but we won the team fight. However, the waves are really pushed in, and there's not much left to get here on the side of Storm. Down about 4,000 gold too. We'll have to see what Storm's able to do to recuperate. With 1,300 gold now on Medusa, we'll have to see what he chooses to invest in. I think he's about like 200 or 300 gold away from a Bloodthirster, and I think that might be what he wants. If not, he can always, I think, invest in a Guardian Angel. Mundo is becoming a real problem though. He's got so much HP, and he's just outscaling Bandito's usefulness in teamfights. Syndra now has the Rabadon's death cap, which is pretty big. Let's see, anyone else who's got a big purchase? I think Mimi might have a decent sized purchase. She's got I think we might see the support item coming through. She's got about like 1,300 gold. But Jigs really wants to try and finish this item. His DMR is the only physical damage on his team. Okay, we've got 4 people on Amundo. Okay, Mundo pops the ghost, pops the ult, and is just gonna walk away. And now he's back. Because he's just buying time. We're bot lane with 4 people. Okay, Miablo might be going down actually, but we're taking a Nexus turret. Yeah, we've taken the Nexus turret and the inhib this time. There's still nothing to fight for. The stun onto everybody on me. Ooh, okay. Everybody on me gonna go down. Unfortunately, did not flash to get away. And, yeah, it looks like we're getting cozy in this game, just not respecting crowd control. But that's a Nexus turret down. We gotta be careful. That's one more proc of Demolish, and that Nexus turret will be gone. The gold lead has basically collapsed down to 2k. Not really mattering anymore. Jinx finishing the Hurricane and Renata picking... No. Syndra picking up. Bandito getting caught again, and this Corki does so much damage. Let's see, still no Bloodthirster here for Corki. We got Baron spawning in a minute 40. Mimi finishing that redemption, which is really nice. But Bandito getting chunked to half in like 3 autos is pretty crazy. I think we are looking for an Infinity Edge here for the side of Medusa. That is why we're trying to farm. Now we're looking for a trap. Yeah, we can 1v1 in Peach Beach Splash, yeah. I do have a controller now, so the gameplay should be a little more enjoyable to watch. Okay. We're now sieging the top lane. Bandito is on bot lane defense. But Mundo doesn't care. The affected cleavers are doing a lot. The Renata ult comes out. Medusa getting hit, going to die. Everybody on me also going to die. Master GUI, it looks like Bandito's trying to defend the Nexus turret. Ults the Mundo away. And now it looks like we've got Baron on the table in 10 seconds. We really have to make sure we get this Baron. The Infinity Edge finished here for Corki, and the Leandries for Amumu. Should be a free Baron take, but we've got Elder in 50 seconds with 30-second death timers. Will we be able to contest this? Baron should go over relatively easy here. Let's see, we've got 2,000 gold on the Syndra. So the Syndra's full build now. Jinx, close. About 50 gold off. Getting her Zephyr. But Dragon's in 18 seconds. Jinx doesn't have time to go back and buy. So we'll have to see what we get here. Napoleon and Mimi are staying together, trying to clear some vision. Popping the blast cone, warding the enemy jungle. Okay, but now we've got Miablo with the rest of the team. Mimi gets caught here. Varus gets ulted away, but Mimi here is going to go. Is Mimi dead here? Mimi is going to go into the proc. The Blazing Fire is going to trade with, and DMR unfortunately going to die. Bandito also going to die. Everybody on me doing what he can on Bandito. And Bandito going to die. That is 20 seconds before... that's 20 seconds to go. 10 seconds now. It looks like... Oh, the inhibitor is about to respawn. I don't think we'll be able to end the game. Maybe. I don't know. The Nexus is open. Everybody on me and the Mundo. Is this close? Can they kill? The Mundo just needs one more auto attack. And the minions are going to take it. The minions are going to end the game. DH Storm lose the same way Team Liquid lost to FlyQuest. The Winions! Let's go! That's the second time this year I've seen someone lose a game to Winions. I can't believe it. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining me on this stream. Intense best of 3. We had the silver scrapes, the back and forth throws, and we got to witness Bandito's Darius. God damn. So thank you guys as always for watching. We've got another cast Thursday evening for those interested. DH Plume versus Rivals, the first place match in Division 4. Believe it or not, Rivals are undefeated. And then we have Super Week on Sunday. Might have more casts down the line, but who knows? I'll keep you guys posted. Anyways, thank you for watching the stream. As always, I'm going to ask if you enjoyed the content you saw. You can catch a lot more of it here on my YouTube channel. Give me a second. Make sure to drop me a subscribe if you don't mind. Oops, give me a second. Where's my Twitch? There we go. Here. We're gonna be ending the stream here. But I'll be in a Discord. I'll be hopping in Discord for some Peach Beach Splash with the boys. As always, we'll see you guys in the next one. And thank you guys for watching the stream. And yeah.